Everybody loves Don and Mike.
It's the Don and Mike Show, and they'll say what they wish.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, I did a lot of praying last night to this man.
Right.
I got down, I lit a candle, and I said a little prayer to God's only son, Bill Hochberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rob Spiewak. Take it away, Rob.
I'm Rob A. Rob Spiewak from the Don and Mike Show on WJFK, and I want to know, are you ready to help our team do a big win over the Giants today? What do you say, fans?
Rob Spiewak.
What do you say, fans?
You know, Phil called me this morning.
Really?
He's very excited. He just bought a brand new $1,500 jumpsuit, and he's ready to compete among the top 20 in America. So good luck, Phil.
He's number one, Rob.
Maybe number two. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Bayer and all the ships at sea. And now, the men who brought you the 12-hour PBS miniseries, Ken Burns' Jizz, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Thank you, Robbie, and hello, and thank you for listening, everybody. We're here now.
Yes, we are. In control now, gentlemen.
Oh, we'll let you know how that goes.
Right, exactly.
Don and Mike Show on a brand new episode, still courtesy, brought to you via the auspices of Westwood One.
Yeah.
New episode on Tuesday, January 9. Our phone number, same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was.
877-365-3636. That's your hotline to the hits. What can we say?
Welcome to my world.
Welcome to our ever-changing and controversial world.
Yeah.
Won't you come on in?
More stuff happening now behind the scenes that we won't bother you with.
Miracles, I guess.
Yes. New friends one day, new enemies another.
Still happen now and then.
However, you know, I'd like to know what's going on.
Step into
Yeah, I would
my
too.
heart.
I really would.
Because if that's happening, then
Leave your cares behind.
gee, maybe we get sick.
Yeah, I got a sore throat.
Welcome to my world.
And of course, you should all know that it's built with you in mind.
Built with you in mind. Built with you in mind.
I won't trouble you with it now, but there's behind-the-scenes problems brewing, even though we're not on the station in New York anymore.
Right.
There's behind-the-scenes stuff that's brewing now.
Yes.
And we know that Ken Stevens and Jeremy Coleman are involved in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
you know, and if there's no control over that situation, you know, if we're the enemy now,
Right.
you know, if that's the way they're going to look at us up there in New York, then that's fine. Then
Hey.
we, you know, we still believe that those two gentlemen, especially Mr. Stevens, has a connection to this radio station.
Right. Hey, Charlie, did you talk to them up there? Did you figure out, without getting into grand detail, about what's going on? Did you get a handle on that situation? Oh, maybe this is him on the phone. Hello?
I called Jeremy,
Yes.
and he said, "What's wrong with that?" He said, "You guys have done the same thing in the past."
Ah, no, and we've gotten in trouble for that
and
in the past.
I said, "We've done that, but we've not gotten anybody to say we could. They don't have permission to do that." And there was a long pause, and he didn't understand why I was asking. I said, "Besides us thinking it's wrong, why do you think it's right?" And he didn't have an answer to that, and I said, "You should be the one telling them they can't do this."
Let me explain what's going on. Those big pussies on WNEW, Opie and Anthony, the afternoon guys, what they're doing is, you know, we canceled the contract with NEW yesterday. They still got the satellite feed of our show, and they got comments that we made after the show had ended on the network, and we were just on a local feed.
We had the luxury of still hearing their show, and we heard them making noise like they were going to play excerpts from our show. Now, they can rag on us all they want. That doesn't bother us at all. But if they're going to play tapes of our show, that's a different deal.
Because we've always been told all along, that's unauthorized.
Right.
You can't take a tape of another disc jockey show and play it. You just can't play it.
We've ragged on. We've had disc jockey wars for years and years and years. We don't, you know, we can't do that. We've always been told that.
And you certainly can't do that if it's someone who doesn't work at the radio station that you work at.
Right.
And we don't work there anymore, and it was a broadcast that didn't air on WNEW yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're pissed about that. It's just Ken and Jeremy. And so what did he say?
He hung up.
I think he hung
Well,
up.
where did he go?
He hung up.
Hold on. I mean, I was just giving the audience a little background on this.
Right.
Because, listen, see, this is the entire problem.
Now that we're not going to be coming up there anymore, Opie and Anthony are teeing off on us full-fledged. And now it's maybe perhaps the natural feelings that we've had for them and they've had for us can come to the surface.
But this is the hypocrisy of the situation. Exactly what they're doing today is the type of stuff that we get told all the time we can't do.
Right.
You can't call someone without getting their permission to put their call on the air.
Right.
You can't tape someone without getting their permission to put the call on the air. And one rule we've had all along is that you can't put another disc jockey's show on the air without that disc jockey's permission. I mean,
well, and the bottom line is here also, it's about time that we make a request like certain other members of this family have made requests before. It's not a question. I don't care what's legal, what's not legal. I don't want them to do it.
Yeah.
I don't care if they talk about us, but don't use our show for your material.
hey, so what did he say?
He said, well, I guess then I will go nip that in the bud. And I tried to find out from him why he didn't think it was a problem.
And furthermore, where do you think...
we got an enemy there.
Where do you think Opie and Anthony got the copy of the tape of yesterday's show?
I would think Jeremy had to give it to him. But if they weren't going to run it, why were they recording it?
Just to F us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're not recording it today.
Well, you better call Jeremy back and tell him that both me and Mike are getting real sick.
Okay. I will. I'm feeling a little gaseous, too.
There you go.
All right.
That's nothing new.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
I mean, it's about time to discover where we fit on the pecking order.
Hey, we got to find out
how much value we have here.
You know,
I mean, really, this is BS.
If nothing else, they deserve a little loyalty towards us, meaning infinity, meaning that, okay, we had a falling out about what went on WNEW. We think they're wrong. They think we're wrong.
But the fact of the matter is, they're up there in large part due to the success of this show. Jeremy and Ken are up there because they were successful down here before they got the job up there. That's the bottom line.
And now they're going to supply Opie and Anthony with tapes of this show that never aired.
Yeah, that's crap.
In New York, and allow them to play that and cut us an a-hole? Hey, forget it. You know what, Infinity? Ken Stevens? I mean, well, what it really comes down to is, why don't you decide who's more important to the company?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, really. I got zero problem with walking out.
Hey, it's a bottom line issue. Let's add some numbers up. That's what I think. You want to know who's more valuable to the company? That's an easy equation. You don't even have to this doesn't have to be a subjective thing. This can be a completely objective issue. You just add it up.
So, Jeremy, you big pussy, you gave the tape of yesterday's show to Opie and Anthony so they could cut us open today.
Do we know that for a fact?
Well,
as much as I don't want to defend Jeremy.
How else would they get the tape?
Well, they got all the, that boys club they got up there. They got about 750 little ratzos running around that station.
All I know is that every time we've gotten in trouble, they always say it's the program director who's responsible for what goes on the air.
Yeah, exactly.
And listen, he's sitting there with a gigantic dump button.
Right, exactly.
And I know that we've gotten in trouble for doing stuff like that before. We've had severe rules put on us. This goddamn thing with, hi, this is the Don and Mike show. Do you mind going on the air with us? We're the only show in the whole company that has to follow that rule.
It's just if Jeremy is thinking that he is so removed from us down here in Washington, D.C., that he can say, hey, forget about it. Go ahead. Take on those guys. And, talk about them all you want. He's sorely mistaken.
You know what? See, the thing is,
he's still tied into this radio station, whether he likes it or not.
It ain't a fair fight because, like Mike said, we don't give a rat's ass what Opie and Anthony say about us on their show. It's their right to say anything they want.
But if the station where, we've decided to leave, if they decide to take tape of our programming and play it on that station now, that's unacceptable. It's just like unacceptable to play our show last night.
And it's not like it's archived programming that's run, that's already in their library.
Yeah, if O&A want to talk about us all day on their show, they have that. That is absolutely no problem. I don't have a problem with that. We can do the same thing for them, and it can go on, and it's actually fine. But I'll tell you right now, if they're taking our show and taking excerpts of it, that's not fine.
And that's something that, frankly, we're not whining about.
We've never done that.
We're not crying about. it's something that we've been told we can't do.
And we have never done it, to the best of my knowledge. Have we ever done that, outside of disc jockey audition tapes that are sent here for comic value? Have we ever taken excerpts from a show? I don't think it's happened. No. We've had tiny little, maybe a commercial line here or, a Merry Christmas line here, but we have never taken content from another show that we're ragging on and playing. No. We don't need to do that.
No, we record stuff off television, stuff that's in the public domain. I mean, and you can say, okay, the show's in the public domain, but they lifted it off the satellite last night at NEW and gave it to these guys on a platter. And the other reason that we're pissed is, hey, it's obvious that Ken and Jeremy have decided where their bread is buttered.
Right.
Right? We had a falling out with them. Right. The bread is buttered with Opie and Anthony. That's fine. Make your bed. Lie in it. But we've worked for them for 9 years.
Exactly.
And we've done an awful lot for them for 9 years. And I'll say fairly and vice versa. But if you're going to F us, and if you're going to let your afternoon guys in New York F us, and you're going to give them the stick to stick up our rear end,
then we feel just like the other guy feels a little bit.
Right.
If that's the case, that's fine. And you know something? Before O&A came into this equation, everything was fine. They're the ones that stirred up a lot of this crap.
Right.
They really are.
Because they were threatened by us from day one.
Yes.
And we played nice every single day with them.
We did, and it was hard to do. It really was. It was definitely hard to do. Because we, let's be honest, we always did believe that we were the show that's right for afternoons. Yeah. In the entire company, we know we are.
So we got to figure out what's going on. Maybe we'll just leave today. I mean, I hate to F everybody who's listening to the show, but really, this is an internal matter.
We gotta flex our muscles somehow. That's the only power we have.
This is an internal matter with management here at this station, because both Ken and Jeremy are still involved in the management of this radio station.
Right.
If it was any other station in the company...
You tried to call Ken today, too.
Yeah, and he wouldn't take my call.
Yeah.
Yet I know that G. Gordon Liddy got through to him.
Yeah, G. Gordon Liddy talked to him today.
And I called Jeremy, and all I received was his voicemail.
Right.
Every time.
So, I mean, once again, the proactive management, where they're simply, it's one thing to be off that station. We made that decision. They honored that last night. Then it's quite another to take that station, which, there's still a connection between these two radio stations, and to use our material to,
without our permission,
to slam us. That's I don't know about that.
Yeah, forget it. I say we just leave. I'm very serious. I'm pissed about that.
I think we should find out exactly what's going on, and if this thing is being, quote, nipped in the bud, and if it's not,
Well, even if it's not nipped in the bud, I mean, what are we going to do, sit back again and take it again?
Right.
We're always the guys in this company that sit back and say, okay, all right, so you've done something else to us. Okay, that's okay. We're good guys. That's our whole friggin' problem with this company. I said, every time they do something like this, we always say, okay.
Right.
And we're the guys that do the job for them.
Yeah.
Sucks. It sucks on ice.
Might be time really to talk to one guy.
The Big E?
The big guy.
Yeah.
Just to have you and I to have a meeting with him, or have some kind of, if he can give us 10 minutes of his time just to explain our situation and explain that, we've adhered to certain things and we've done what we thought was right for a long period of time, and it just doesn't seem to be getting recognized.
I mean, I certainly know that when we've been in situations where there have been internal fights in the company, we've been asked to back off certain situations.
And when it comes from a certain individual, we always back off.
Yeah, we always do. And look where it's gotten us.
Because, and that's not because we're afraid of the boss. That's because we do have a sense of loyalty to where the opportunities have come from us. Yeah, sure. And, for us, I should say. That's why we do that. And, we do have a sense of that loyalty. And, it should be returned. I mean, we bitch and moan and complain about our bosses and complain about Jeremy and Ken and stuff like that. And we don't want to be on WNEW because we just don't think we can win. It's not a vindictive move. It's a move that just means we don't think we have a chance to win. We're not being given an opportunity, so why stay?
You know what is vindictive, though, is the next day
to get your afternoon show that's there, and obviously,
give them the material that they don't have the right to air.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole friggin' thing with all of the rules that they cram down our throat constantly.
Exactly.
I think we need to take a break.
I think so, too.
I really think we need to take a break. And we might be back and we might not be back.
We'll find out what's going on. If you hear us come back, you'll know that something might have gotten resolved. If you don't hear us, you'll know that things aren't resolved. We're not very happy right now.
But please just understand that we appreciate the fact that you guys listen to the show.
We are committed to here in Washington, D.C. and the rest of the network. We are committed to this, but certain times statements have to be made.
At some point, the people who are up at top of this company, they've just got to play fair with us.
Absolutely. We have to have a voice. We have to be acknowledged.
Right.
And we do think that we have brought an awful lot to the table for an awful long time.
They just ain't respecting us at all.
Right.
It's like everything we've done for the last 9 years means nothing because they've got the flavor of the month up there.
Yeah, because they're up there in New York, all of a sudden, we're another program. And we're not just another program. We never have been. Not with those two guys.
Right.
Not with Ken Stevens and not with Jeremy Coleman.
Right.
Okay? They know better. They know better.
So anyway, we're going to take a break, and we'll figure out what's going on, and maybe we'll be back. And again, I'm real sorry to trouble you all with this again today. I promise you this. If we don't come back, we won't be coming back until we either get this straightened out with our lawyer or we find a new radio station.
Yeah, exactly.
It's real simple. And you can only F with us for so long. We felt underappreciated around here for a long time, and we don't bitch about it.
It's come to a head.
You know?
It's come to a head with two individuals.
Ken and Jeremy, you want to take sides on this? You know? You want to be pissed at us? Be pissed at us. Be a man, pick up the phone, and call and say, hey, I'm pissed at you. But don't do something backwards like this. Something that we have gotten in trouble for before.
Yeah, and take your attitude and shove it.
Right.
Take your attitude and shove it. We think we've done an awful lot for this company.
So that's it. We just want a little respect from Ken and Jeremy.
Issue of respect.
That's all. It's just, everybody should play by the same rules.
Right.
That's all we're asking. So, Jeremy, why don't you handle one? Because I understand you have so many things on your plate right now. Here's another thing for you to handle. We're out. Oh, no, don't. Ignore that. Rob loaded the touchstones. Please ignore that.
Yeah, because you'd need somebody here to handle the touchdowns.
Get a best of ready.
Got it.
We're out.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Look how loud I have to yell!
This all seems a little elaborate for Sloppy Joe's. I know what the other 11 forks are for, but what do you do with this one?
Why, Marge, I believe you're supposed to scratch your ass with it.
Homer, watch your lap. Oh, that's a lifesaver.
God damn it. The Don and Mike Show.
We got a couple of stories here. I don't know which one's going to pan out, okay, from our wacky story file. This one really caught my eye because this is a story I can relate to. Let me just preface this by telling you that in 1981, I won a competition at Disneyland where I was the Southern California
Miss Pac-Man champion.
Ms. Pac-Man champion.
I've seen this man work on a Pac-Man machine, and it's truly uncanny. You don't forget that skill.
No, I have all of my patterns and stuff.
And you can still
Yeah.
you have a machine at home.
I've got the real arcade machine at home, the Ms. Pac-Man. So at the time, this was 1981. Frida and I had just gotten married. She thought I was the biggest idiot in the world because I made her come to Disneyland, where it was me. I was the only adult playing against like 500 kids, all of us playing Ms. Pac-Man, and I played for 7 hours.
Knocking them out. Knocking kid after kid after kid out of the competition.
And I actually got a wonderful trophy. And for the longest time, I really thought that was a real accomplishment, right? Because I'm a douche like that. That I thought it was great to be the Ms. Pac-Man champion. Well, listen to this. 45-year-old Roy Schultz set the world record for missile command 15 years ago. And he's been trying to get the world to notice him ever since.
That is sad.
A video game champ who set a world record in 1985 says he's tired of being ignored. He claims the reason he's not famous is because the media is more interested in Monica Lewinsky than a guy who's got the highest score ever on Missile Command.
It gets sadder the more you read.
He has actually sent out a press release that he wants people to call him.
Is Missile Command the one where at the end it would say the end?
Yes,
the one the world would blow up?
It had the trackball that you rolled back and forth where there were like nuclear bombs coming down.
Very difficult video game, and a great video game. I mean, a video game that I think still holds up. Absolutely, it does.
Real tough. Real easy to get through the first 3 or 4 levels to save your cities.
Easy for some of you that are skilled at that. I would always like go out in the first round. It was difficult for me to do that.
I think the best I ever did on Ms. Pac-Man, the best ever, was maybe a score of about 600,000, and I've definitely gotten past the 8th screen.
How much time just would it take to get to that?
Maybe 2.5 hours.
Really?
Maybe solid 3 hours.
Do you ever get like a blister?
No.
4776.
Oh, what, he's not there? Oh, for Christ's sake.
Leave your message after the tone.
He's not trying to get noticed.
Yeah, hey, listen, this is the Pac-Man champion, the Ms. Pac-Man champion from Disney World, 1981. Perhaps you've heard of me. Hey. And you are a dick. All I want to say to you, you dick. Okay, let's move on to the next story.
Hi.
Okay,
This is the Pong champion.
You want to call a very, very lucky woman?
Yes, I do.
We have the phone number for Ike Turner's 13th wife.
Oh, my God. Wow. See if he straightened himself out.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, really?
Ike Turner's 13th wife has a few things in common with his 11th wife. His 11th wife, of course, was Tina.
That was his 11th?
Yes.
You mean that long ago he was on wife number? Wow, I didn't know that.
Both Tina and Jeanette sing, and they have both dumped him. And no, Ross, he was never married to Kathleen Turner.
Oh, I thought he was.
Let me see. She filed for divorce in May. She is the 13th woman to divorce Ike Turner.
When I was with Ike, it was difficult to babysit. Hi, Rosie.
No, that's Kathleen Turner.
I see. That's right. This is
Jeanette Turner.
Jeanette Turner.
Jeanette Turner.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
All right, hold on. Let me try it again. 760.
She should easily be able to get a special on TNT, I would think.
Turner Network Television.
Coming up.
You think Ike and Ted are related? Hey, Dad.
Definitely.
I'm getting divorced again.
Tonight, what's love got to do with it? Followed by Body Heat.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Is this Jeanette?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Jeanette. This is the Don and Mike Show. Do you mind going on the air with us?
Didn't I already do your show?
No, honey. I know that we all sound the same to you, but you haven't.
Well, listen. Y'all don't sound the same to me. Now, where are you at?
It's a national show all the way from New York to California.
And can you give me some more information so I can have record of you?
A record of us? What kind of information do you want, honey?
We'll give you our whole bio.
What your radio show, the call letters are, and where you're located.
We're on over 60 radio stations. I can't give you all of them.
We're on the Westwood One Radio Network. We're based in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I got a buddy, when my bass player is there with this play, a theatrical play called Ain't Nothing But the Blues.
Honey, you were Ike Turner's 13th wife?
Are we on the air right now?
Yeah, well, yes.
That would be why they made me read that call to you where it said hi.
I thought maybe you would call me first and try to set it up before you...
No, that slows us down. We like to move
we don't do that. No,
at a rapid pace on this show.
We're on the air right now.
Okay, that's fine with me.
So you were Ike's 13th?
Yes.
Why would you, after the previous 12 had failed, why would you be the 13th to marry Ike Turner?
Why would Tina be 11th?
Was he charming?
He was charming and lovable, and I fell in love with him.
Well, I'll say this about Tina, that at least when Tina married him, when Tina was the 11th to marry him, there had been nobody who had written a book and had a movie made. I mean, it's not like wife number 5 had a movie made about what an a-hole Ike is. Well, by the time they got to you at number 13, had you already seen the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yes, I saw the movie, but 11 is 11, not 2, not 1, not 3, but 11.
Now, you knew that he had this track record going into the marriage. What were your thoughts about that when you decided to marry him?
I just wanted to trust in my heart and trust in Ike, and I was trusting and,
You thought he was reformed?
yes,
Now,
because I've been with him since he's cleaned up his act, and I thought that he was going to be true to me, and apparently he was not. So.
how long were you married to Ike?
Legally, I was married to him for 5 years this year, and we were together for 12.
Can you tell us all what it is that you loved most about Ike Turner?
Well, he was just very charming and lovable, and likes to have fun. He doesn't act his age. I don't think he'll ever grow up.
What's he, about 80 now?
68.
68. What do you dislike most about Ike Turner?
His temper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's easy.
Gotcha.
That's an easy one.
Can I ask how old you are, Jeanette?
37.
37, Jesus.
Wow.
So there's quite an age difference. Did you have a healthy sex life with Ike?
No.
Really?
Your fault or his fault?
I think we'll leave that alone.
You gonna leave the sex life alone?
Yeah.
Was he, as Tina Turner said, was he abusive in the relationship?
Probably not as much with me as he was with her, but yes, he was.
He hit you?
Yeah.
Was he soft in the pants?
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, 68.
Was he soft in the pants?
Oh, well, I'm not going to touch on that either.
Mm-hmm. What about, I'm reading here that you want to pose for Playboy. Is that true?
That's true. I do want to do that. I also want to write a book, and I am recording. I just auditioned for this theatrical play, the one I just told you about, Ain't Nothing But the Blues.
See, why you dissing Tina?
They're there in Washington, D.C., as a matter of fact. You should be able to see their show there.
Why were you dissing Tina? Because it sounds to me like you want to be just like Tina.
Oh, my goodness. Never, ever am I going to diss her. How did you get that?
Well, when I asked you what it was like to marry, number 13, and you said, well, you should ask number 11.
Well, I felt like you were dissing me, making me feel like I'm stupid or something, and I'm not, and I don't feel that she is either. I have all the respect in the world for her.
Okay, when you said that, it sounded kind of like, that maybe she was speaking out of turn. Do you buy everything that she said about him and written in her book and the movie and the whole night? Or do you believe all that's legit?
I believe most of it is, yes, I do.
Are you cute?
I've been told that I'm a nice-looking woman.
Will you describe yourself to us, please? Who's the celebrity
you can go on mp3.com if you have the internet there, and there's a picture of me. And
mp3.com?
mp3.com, and type in Jeanette Turner.
All right, Buzz, we got our news guys going there right now to find a picture of her. Who's the celebrity you think you most resemble?
Who's the celebrity that I resemble?
Yeah, we ask all of our listeners that, and since we haven't seen a picture of you, it's a way that we have of...
You know who I resemble more than anybody?
Who, honey?
Nicole Simpson.
Really?
I know that sounds crazy, but everybody I meet, you look just like Nicole Simpson.
So you're
hope I don't end up like
that. Yeah, except your head is still attached to your body.
Yeah, and you're blonde? You're blonde and beautiful?
Yes.
So you're the White Devil.
No.
It's the hot interracial romance.
Oh,
that's right, Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it didn't work out that well.
No.
At any time when you were married to Ike, did you consider legally changing your name to Mrs. Lucky?
No.
Buzz, did you find the picture of Jeanette?
This woman is absolutely gorgeous.
Did she really describe her, Buzz?
Beautiful. Well, shoulder-length blonde hair, right?
Yeah.
And in this picture, she's wearing a silver vest that's open with nothing underneath. And
can you see everything?
Silver pants. Well, no. It's a publicity photo.
Okay, I gotcha.
And
to the imagination.
Right. Until you get into Playboy, are you?
Right.
Is that going well? Do you expect to be in Playboy? Are you far along in the negotiation?
Well, no. Negotiations have just started.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Would you sleep with Hugh Hefner to get in Playboy?
No.
Would you consider marrying Larry King?
No.
Would you ever, if Playboy didn't work out, would you consider some of the lesser publications? Well, in my case, I don't think lesser. Penthouse, Club, Swank, We, Club. You said Club?
Oh.
I think I said Club.
No. If I can't do Playboy, I won't do anything.
Oh, boy, Hugh Hefner, he's got the corner on that mark.
If you get in Playboy, Jeanette, the 13th Mrs. Ike Turner, will you show everything?
Will I do what?
Will you show everything?
I won't have a choice then, will I?
Right. Do you know what I mean when I say show everything?
I don't know. Maybe I don't.
Will you get into the position like you are going to the GYN?
No, I don't think so.
You won't.
You won't do it. Doesn't matter because Playboy, they don't make him do that anyway. Right. That would be more like Penthouse.
Yeah, or Hustler.
Or Hustler, yeah. We didn't mention Hustler.
Playboy is classy, and that's why I wanted to do it with Playboy. If I don't do it with Playboy, I won't do it with...
That's the same thing Darva Conger said, too.
If Penthouse offered you a spread, however they said the only way you can get in the spread is if they can photograph you nude urinating, would you do it?
No.
Because isn't that the big thing now in
that's
Penthouse?
what they do. They actually do that in Penthouse Magazine now. It's their new thing.
God.
It's true. Pick up a copy sometime. They really do that in there.
Turns guys on.
Yeah, it's you know, we...
Oh, my God.
They do. I swear to God. True.
I believe you. I believe you.
Do you pay Ike alimony, or does Ike pay you alimony?
Neither.
You didn't get any kind of monetary settlement after the marriage?
Well, it's not over with yet.
Oh, you're in the middle of it?
Yes.
Oh,
We're
okay.
both trying to get our court date together.
Does he have a lot of money still?
He's comfortable.
Comfortable. He's not related to Ted, is he?
No.
Ted Turner. And what is Ike short for?
Izir.
Izir? How do you get Ike out of Izir?
Well, that's a nickname for Izir.
All right. Well, listen, Jeanette, thank you for your time. We just thought it would be interesting to talk to the 13th Mrs. Ike Turner.
We're going to run over to the website and take a look at your picture. We can't see it from where we are, but our news guy Buzz says you're a hottie. Very pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Would you mind if I close this interview with a joke?
As long as it's not going to hurt my feelings.
Okay, what do you get when you cross Ike Turner with Ted Turner?
I don't know.
The guy who colorizes his wife black and blue.
Oh, my God. Bada bing. Always end the interview with a joke.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, take care, okay?
Let a smile be your handshake.
Yeah, be happy, make somebody else, Jeanette.
Okay, thank you.
That's all the time we have. I'm so glad we had this time together. The current time is 1:30. Until next time, make your time a special time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Crazy hoe. She was a whore.
Very pretty.
I don't doubt she's hot, Buzz.
Wow.
The 13th, Mrs. Ike Turner.
That's the Ike Turner wife after all the stuff was out.
Right, after the book, after the movie, after Tina screamed out how he treated her.
Kind of thought he was reformed.
Right.
I guess he hadn't been.
I guess not.
What's the thing you dislike the most? His temper.
Yeah. Right. Celebrity she most resembles, Nicole.
Yeah, terrific.
Nicole, not a great choice.
My God.
All right. There you go. Exclusive interview. We will be back with more in a moment.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
This is Larry Michael, Westwood One, Notre Dame Radio. The next time you need light bulbs, look to Sylvania for all your home lighting needs. I do. How about this lame-ass analysis?
Come on over, baby.
No daft tricks allowed. The Don and Mike Show.
We had a great anniversary night last night. Good. Frida and I, surprise, went to the Palm Restaurant. Hey. Where we didn't eat for free. We actually paid for it. They're very nice, the people over at the Tyson's Corner Palm. Had the pleasure of having the same waiter who served Dennis Murphy. Who told me what a pleasure it was to serve Dennis his meal.
Did he cut his meat?
He did not cut his meat. He did say that Dennis is totally off base when Dennis said, the girl he was with looks like Connie Chung. He said, the girl's not even close to being Asian.
Oh, really?
But the girl had round eyes.
What is Dennis?
I don't know. God, I don't know.
The great communicator.
So Frida and I, we were in the middle of having this great 19th anniversary dinner last night, and the cell phone rings, and it's Amy. You know, my grown-up daughter, Amy, who is over 20 years old now. And right in the middle of dinner, she called, I thought, to say happy anniversary, and as it turns out, she did say happy anniversary, and then she gave me the present that every father is looking for on his anniversary. Oh, no, not that one. She's not pregnant.
Oh, all right. Okay.
She's not pregnant. She just wanted an exorbitant amount of money.
There you go.
She just, I mean,
happy anniversary, baby.
I'm not talking about, hey, can you float me a couple of bucks to help me pay my rent?
Right.
I'm behind on a credit card, although I heard all of that. Right. And it was The big one. It was, she said, I'm having some financial problems, and I said, okay, I'm here for you. Tell me, I've certainly have paid her school loans, bought her a car, done all that stuff.
Right.
And then I said, well, what are we talking about here? She said, because she mentioned the rent and the car payment behind on her credit cards, and I said, give me a ballpark. What are we talking about to get you out of trouble? And she said, $15,000. And I said, good luck.
Wow.
I said, good luck to you. Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a lot of money. I told her I'd say the same thing to Bart. I said, if Bart was 20 years old and dug himself in that type of a hole, I'd say good luck. I mean, as it turns out, I did end up, writing her a check today. And so just count that as a wedding gift, enough to, hopefully to get her through the month with her bills and stuff.
That's
but
fair.
I mean, I'm Jesus Christ, $15,000.
Wow.
And then she got pissed when I said no.
Of course. Well, that's natural, too, I suppose.
She got real pissed.
Any kid that doesn't get what they want probably reacts that way. My God,
15 grand.
Wow.
15 grand. Jesus Christ.
That's a rather significant sum of money, right?
I said, I know that you're my daughter, and a lot of this comes in the genes, but Jesus, even I wasn't in financial trouble like that when I was 20 years old.
Wow, and did she give you any specifics?
No, and that's what was the pisser about it, is that I know I'm being BS'd about this, because I said, well, how much is your rent? And she told me what her rent is, which I didn't believe, because she lives in Wisconsin, and basically everybody in Wisconsin lives in like an outhouse.
They have a rent ceiling of $250.
And then she mentioned a car payment, which Frida pointed out is more than either of our car payments.
Wow.
And then she mentioned the part about credit cards, and I said, well, I know with the credit card, I know that, if you're upside down in the credit cards, that you can just send them whatever you can, and if you promise them that you're going to make a payment every month, they will back off. I know because I've done that, and I'd be glad to help, in any way. And at that point, that's when she said, well, never mind. I never should have called you anyway.
Ooh.
I never should have asked you for the money anyway.
Laying the old guilt trip on you.
Right, so that's how that was the big anniversary dinner.
Oh, that's too bad.
Right in the middle of dinner. And I hang up the phone and Frida said, well, what did she want? Did she want to say happy anniversary? I said, yes. She said happy anniversary, and she wants $15,000.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
Well, that kind of put a crimp in the old anniversary din-din.
It did for a couple of seconds. And then...
Did you buy maybe some gift certificates from the restaurant?
And then once Frida got pissed at me, I snapped right out of it.
Ah, very good.
I was moping a little bit, and then she said, well, if you're going to be like this, F you. You're ruining our anniversary.
Oh, dear.
And I had to snap out of it.
She's got a right, I guess, to say that.
Yeah.
That's your previous life.
No, I feel an obligation to Amy, certainly, but we need some harder facts. I said to her, I would say the same thing to Bart. If Bart, God forbid, was to call me when he was 20 and just say, hi, hey, Dad, how you doing? Can you send me $15,000?
Right.
Hello?
Hey, honey.
Yes, my boo-boo.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
I was just talking about the $15,000 phone call we got yesterday.
Oh, are you? Wait a minute. I'll go inside so I can hear you, but I'm outside with the neighborhood.
Well, listen to her. Listen to her, the life she leads.
Sounds like quite a festival going on.
Yeah, right. We get rid of our kid, but we have
Frida.
every other kid on the street here.
Frida, this is Mike. I thought you were going to talk about all this Republican nonsense at your anniversary dinner last night.
He wasn't, you know what? He wasn't talking to me about, he was thinking about that phone call, and he really
that
blew our
superseded
anniversary.
everything. Yeah, I guess that happened.
I told him you said that last night. We got the phone call, and then I was down,
Right.
and then you got pissed at me for being down, so I had to just, forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah, and you do such a good job of covering your feelings. 3 martinis later, you were a little happier.
Yeah, I did all right.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? Aunt Martini's wonderful. You ask waiters for them, and they bring them.
It was $15,000. I mean, and Frida and I had to talk about it. Listen, if we believed that she really, really was in some type of dire upside-down situation, we'd do it. But, don't you agree? Don't you think we're being BS'd on that?
Who, me?
Oh,
I do. I mean, but, I have to kind of play the neutral party because it's, I don't want to tell you what not to do. It would be worth it if we could afford it, to not have you upset. But I think you go down that path and there's no return. You're bailing somebody out for the rest of your life. You're looking at 40 years of $15,000.
Oh, and then the other thing that she said was, not to tell her mother about it. That was another red flag.
Yeah, but even different if the mother called you and said, there was a situation.
Don't tell Dawn about that. Dawn, who works at the sewage treatment plant.
And when she outlined what her payments were, and her car payment is like twice as much as mine, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, we had a grand time, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, we had a lovely time.
Oh, come on.
Well, it was good food.
Oh, come on.
I'll say that
you mean you didn't have a good time last night?
No, you weren't your most charming. I'm sorry.
Didn't I pull out of that tailspin?
Not really. You got a little bleary-eyed. I don't know if that's, if I can really credit you with that or the martini.
Oh, boy, see, if she's not going to give you the credit and she's going to give the martinis the credit, you're doomed.
Yeah. Well, I thought I did a wonderful job of pulling out. I mean, that's a major monkey wrench.
You might be referring to a... No, that's a...
You know what I mean.
No, he didn't do that job.
Yeah. Pulling out.
Oh, I never pull out. Never.
No, he wasn't even close. When martinis are had, I've pretty much got a vacation for that evening.
Oh, no, come on. We had anniversary sex. We just had anniversary sex in the daytime.
In the morning.
In the morning.
God, you wait till, a suitable hour.
Yesterday morning we had sex. And, if you want to be picky about it, who was Mr. Your Needs Come Before Mine? I believe it was me.
No, you were very,
and once again, I get the hair pull thing, and I don't know why that is.
Because you don't need to please me like that.
See?
Just not necessary.
We're in the same boat on that one.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It's just not...
He doesn't need to please you like that either.
No, you know what I'm talking about. It's just, I think, sometimes some women like to be pleased other ways, I guess.
She comes out of the tub, she's all clean. I think, well, we're past that. It's our anniversary. What better way to show her that, I'm here for you? I start down that path, and right away I get the hair pull.
How long were you down there before you got the hair pull?
Oh,
he never made it.
To the belly button.
Yeah.
I only got to the belly button.
No, he was en route, and I detoured.
We're simpatico on that one.
I only got to the belly button, and then I got the most ridiculous explanation that she had just put Neosporin down there.
Oh my!
Because I guess she had just done some grooming down there.
I like.
Okay, all right. You mean you'd done a little waxing or something?
No. Just I didn't want razor burn.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sure you all had to know that.
I'm glad you explained it.
You know what?
If you'd left it at Neosporin, we would have been a little concerned.
And even then,
there's no infection. But you know what, Boo? When I told you that, I don't know if you noticed, but I was a little embarrassed just when you and me were alone together, and I told you. So thanks for sharing that.
No, listen, I only mention that because, you're busting my balls because we didn't do it last night, because I'd had 3 drinks, and because Amy asked me for $15,000, and excuse me that put a slight crimp in my plans for the evening.
Oh, I'm sure. You weren't going to have those martinis before that phone call. That's why I had to take a separate car so I could be your designated driver.
Well, did we decide that in advance, though?
Right.
Well, I would say that if there wasn't that gigantic weight over us last night, that we certainly could have fulfilled our obligations, but those obligations had been fulfilled earlier in the day.
You never, when you have martinis, never.
And hold on, and not only did I get the hair pulling, but, give me a break on the amount of time for the actual event.
Right? Am I faulting your performance yesterday morning? No.
I'm telling you,
I was more than adequate.
I was not the 30-second man. I was not the 1-minute man. I was not the 5-minute man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was lots and lots and lots of time.
You have a guilty conscience. I didn't say anything bad about that performance.
All right,
my sweet pea.
Okay. Love you.
All right, I love you.
Love you.
Bye, Sugar Bear.
Did you send her the check today?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Hey, Frida, before you go, not to belabor it, he's signing up with the Republican Party in a few minutes.
You know what? Our relationship gets on thinner and thinner ice as we go.
Oh, you don't give a crap about that.
I do.
Oh,
that's one of the things I respect about you, and that we are simpatico on, and that we do have a little bond in our political beliefs.
I'm holding out hope that maybe he'll just put a big screw job on them when they get here.
No, I can't do it. Listen, this guy Lieberman is bad news, man.
Sugar Bear, I've never wanted to be married to someone who's right-wing. I've seen it happen. I'm
going to be the most liberal of the right-wingers.
Yeah, and it's not good enough. It's really going to...
Well, listen,
Way to go, Frida. That's why I brought it up. I was hoping, because I know nothing I can say will change your mind. Nothing Buzz will say, but this is a woman that if there's anybody that can change your mind, this woman right here can do it.
I'm only one man. I'm only one vote.
I understand, but all those of us who care about you.
We're just talking about how well we get along. I mean,
honey, how often do we discuss politics? We discuss politics when we vote, or we discuss politics. We say this guy's a dick or that guy's a dick.
Because we have a mutual understanding about certain things.
And I think we will continue to have the same mutual understanding about most events. I just don't want a guy being vice president whose number one job is to censor radio.
And I will tell you, I don't think that's his number one job. I think that's one element of a bunch of elements.
And not to mention the fact that, sniff my anal vapors Tipper Gore.
Right.
She's a big one on censorship too.
I don't know whether it's censorship per se, but I'll tell you, it's that one element on both those people that I don't care for. But the big picture, I'm willing to overlook that one element.
Sugar Bear, you have to look about all the other qualities combined.
Right.
Who has most of the qualities that you like?
And there are a lot more censorship people on the other side of the aisle.
The more you guys try to talk me out of it, you know who I am.
I know.
The more you talk me out of it, the more I'm going to dig my heels in it.
But you wouldn't respect me if I didn't try to talk you out of it.
But I'm doing it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that adds. When you're skating on thin ice with me, that happens. More than we want to say.
Sure.
And one of the things in the plus category of you, I do this little pros and cons, and always in the pros.
Well, honey, then you know what? Then call your lawyer because the guy's here. I'm going to sign up right now.
All right, then that puts a little X in the con category.
All right, that's fine.
The scales might tip.
I'll live with that. I'm sad to note that you will love me or not love me based on my political party of choice.
No, you know what? If you start taking walks with me, then that'll put a little check mark in the pro category.
Yeah.
But right now, you're.
Come on, we do sit-ups together.
That's not exactly fun.
All right, I'll find some way to balance this out with you.
Yeah, you better.
So your GOP agenda they just put in front of you?
Anniversary present. That was another one in the con category.
All right, honey.
All right, goodbye, sweetie.
Love you. Goodbye.
Thanks for trying, Frida.
Yeah.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
We don't need no budgets. I don't have to show you any stinking budget.
Broadcasting with a secret stash of ass gas. Don and Mike.
Don and Mike, hello.
Hey, am I caller 100?
Yes, you are. Are you in upper management at KFA? You just have that sound about you. What's your name?
Tim.
Tim, where are you from?
Sacramento.
Tim, caller 100. I do won the WCW Thunder Prize Pack. Don't miss WCW Thunder tonight. Goldberg and many other wrestlers.
All right.
Would you just get done J-O-ing or something?
Yeah.
You seem out of breath. Are you incredibly nervous? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
You've also qualified for $1,000 that we're giving away on Friday's episode. A random winner this week gets $1,000 cash from OnMoney.com. Bring all of your accounts together with a single easy-to-use statement from OnMoney.com. See and manage your bank and investment accounts and your credit cards with OnMoney.com. Please listen on Friday's episode when we give away $1,000. Okay.
I'm worried about that breathing.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go like this. Put your fingers on your nose like this. Okay?
Yeah.
Fingers on the nose. Now, close your mouth. Now, the fingers that are on your nose, take those fingers and put them over your mouth. Now, breathe through your nose. Don't breathe through your mouth.
He's breathing through his nose. I don't hear mouth breathing anymore.
Remember, you took the fingers from your nose and put the fingers on your mouth. Now, are you getting a good flow of air through your nostrils?
Yeah.
All right, this is how we civilized people who walk on 2 feet. This is how we breathe, through our noses.
Okay, thank you.
What's going on in the background there? Are you at...
no, everybody at work's now standing around, so everyone's talking and it's hard to hear.
Like they're all around like?
Yeah.
Tell them that we're teaching you how to breathe through your nose.
They're teaching me how to breathe through my nose.
Because you're a mouth breather.
Because I'm a mouth breather.
Where are you employed, sir, if you don't mind telling us?
At Educade.
Educade?
Yeah.
Is that some sort of educational place?
Yeah, they do student loans.
Student loans. Would you please ask some of your coworkers if they've ever noticed that you have this habit of breathing through your mouth?
Have you guys ever noticed I have a problem of breathing through my mouth? Yeah.
Do you have to be a good student to work at Educate?
No,
not at all.
Obviously not.
Of course not.
Obviously not.
I just think of the guy that's getting his PhD that, needs the loan and he's got to talk to this guy. It's kind of an interesting situation.
Would you please ask your coworkers if they think you have bad breath?
Do you guys think I have bad breath?
Yeah.
No hesitation.
That's
there.
another reason you should learn to breathe through your nose, not through your mouth. See, that way you're not blowing that bad breath out. See, I just heard you doing it again, though. You're breathing through your mouth.
You'll actually be less stale if you bring some of that air in through your nose.
Let's try it. Put your hand over your mouth. Let me hear you talk. Go, so I know your hand's over your mouth.
A lozenge always works, too, because you have to keep the mouth closed really well. Some people don't. What was that?
Pardon me?
Oh, that was one of my coworkers.
And what did he say?
He said you suck.
What's his name?
His name's Justin.
Well, why did you ask Justin to be a big man and pick the telephone up?
Hey, Justin, they want to talk to you. Hold on, we're getting them.
All right.
Justin.
Is Justin coming to the phone?
He's hiding.
He is?
Well, tell him he was a big man. He was a big man to scream into the telephone and keep running.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, tell Justin that we have...
Hold on, here he comes.
All right, good.
Hold on.
Are you still breathing through your mouth?
Yes, he is.
Hold on.
Do you have a bad tooth?
Is Justin...
hello?
Is Justin on the phone?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
Yeah, I mean, we're giving your buddy here a prize on our show, and you got to come by and shoot your mouth off. What's the problem, bud?
Hey, you guys don't usually like that to me when I listen on the radio.
Hey, dude, what's your problem, man?
Yeah, come on, what's the problem, Justin?
What?
What's the problem?
This is all made up. I just work here. I didn't say anything.
Well, he said that the guy that said... Somebody came by and leaned in and said the
we
show sucks.
I said this?
Somebody did.
I listen to you guys every day. I had my headphones on.
Oh, so it's not you?
No.
All right, we'll put the guy with the bad breath and the mouth breather back on the phone.
We'll find out who it is.
All right. There you go. Thanks.
Thank you, Justin.
I don't believe him, but let's find out.
Is this the guy with the bad breath?
Yeah.
Well, now, Justin says that he didn't walk by and say the show sucks.
Oh.
Was he lying?
Yeah. We're going to have to talk to him about that.
No, why don't you talk about it with him right now, right in front of us. Bring him over, and if you... this is the way that I found to best deal with conflict. One-on-one.
Right.
This is something I learned from the great Alan Linewan.
Absolutely.
Mano y mano. That is the way to deal with problems.
Absolutely.
Right. Bring Justin back to your cubicle, look him in the eye, and tell him that you know he said that.
Come here, Justin.
I better be getting the best housewarming present, man.
Someone was talking about a housewarming present.
What do you want me to say?
Did he say that our show sucks?
Yeah.
Well, then confront him with that.
Ask him why he said that.
Why did you say that?
Respectfully, listen to it.
Now, what did the lady say? I hear the lady. There's a lady there. Put her on the phone.
Hold on.
I'm looking on the radio.
Hello?
Talk to a lady.
Come on,
Chrissy, you listen to him. Come here. Take the headphones off.
Hello?
What do you think the collective IQ is at this particular business
Do you
establishment?
think the IQ is higher than the temperature right now? What is it out in Sacramento, about 60 degrees?
No, it's about 85.
Well, then I would bet that the temperature is higher than the collective IQ in your office.
In this particular case, I think that's absolutely right. Now, who's the person that was saying something about a housewarming gift?
Oh, that was me.
That was you. Now, and then someone was saying something about the show.
Who said our show sucks?
Well, that's Justin.
All right, well, then Justin lied to us.
So did Justin get on the phone with us and just lie through his teeth?
Well, you know...
Come on.
He has a chronic lying problem.
He's a pathological liar.
Yeah.
What is
we need to work on that with them.
So how can you work in the office with all these losers? You're surrounded by a guy
They
who
are
lies.
not losers. They are the best team that I have.
The best team that you have, that is, I can't even begin to tell you how pathetic that is.
You know what? This team rocks, man.
They work their butts off, and I just have to say they are stellar.
You sound like you're the boss. Are you the boss?
I am.
All right. Okay, all right. We're not gonna get a real verdict from you on these people.
Sure.
You know, I'm a Washington transplant.
Because eventually it's a reflection of you.
How'd you get fired when you were in Washington?
I didn't get fired. I got transferred.
Oh, transferred.
Oh, yeah.
Transferred, fired. There's such a
Transferred, fired.
There's
Yeah,
such
that's
a
right.
small space between those two.
So, Justin, he's not trouble?
No, Justin's great. He does a great job.
And the guy that won our contest, have you noticed that he breathes through his mouth a lot?
You know, he really does have a breathing problem.
Yes, he does.
He's like a sexual offender or something.
See, she can say that because she's the boss.
Right.
But Justin, I guess Justin's got a pathological lying problem.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to get Justin on the phone and come clean.
Yeah, you're going to have to... Why don't you be the boss and get Justin to apologize to us,
Well,
please?
you know, in the first place, I had Justin come over and pick up the phone.
Okay.
Because he wouldn't do it.
All right, well, get him
now
over
I
here.
need to have him come over and apologize?
Yes, because he did say the show sucks, and that's not very nice when we're giving...
Clearly, I think he should be groveling and on his knees for this.
Yes, I agree.
Well, honey, if that's your fantasy for Justin, that's fine. We just want an apology.
You're the boss. You can order him to come over to the phone.
Okay, do you want me to do this now?
Absolutely.
Come here, Justin.
Come to mommy.
I like the boss. I do like the boss.
Yes.
All right, hold on for a second.
She's obviously very insecure, though, because she's surrounded herself with morons so that she is the brightest bulb on the tree.
Yes, hello?
All right, Justin, you lied to us. That was not nice.
I still have no clue what you're talking about.
You're lying,
No,
Justin.
seriously, I listen on Cage.
You're lying.
Justin, both your boss and the guy with the bad breath told us that you said it.
Now, Justin, Justin, we heard it, you see. We heard it, and then two of your coworkers said that it was you.
Back the tape up.
And we're going to play the tape for you now, Justin.
You getting Rob A to back it up?
Yes, because we want to compare voices here. Now, hold on a second, Justin. Stop your lying.
We can stop this now if you'll just apologize.
I'm sorry I said it. I was trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to work here, and this guy comes over here. He's like, I want $1,000, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just leave me alone. I want to work.
That's a lie, too, Justin.
Huh?
Nobody won $1,000.
And nobody went over to you and said, I want $1,000. We heard the guy called us up. We took the call live on the air. He didn't say anything to anybody.
You walked by.
He put his hand over the phone. He's like, hey, everybody, what, Don and Mike, or something like that.
Yes, but Justin, no one came over to you. Justin, you're digging a deeper hole.
Hold on, you little creep. I'm getting the tape right now.
We will go all day with this, Justin.
Hey, that's fine. I'm just at work.
That's good.
I don't have to do anything anyway.
That's fine. That's good.
We're on the apology, you rat.
We're better than you, Justin.
I understand that, and frankly, I enjoy that.
They will always beat you.
We will always win.
Quitter. Robbie, you got that? See, I'm insecure like your boss also. I've surrounded myself with morons also, so I feel better about myself.
Hey, that's really nice.
Okay, Justin. I think having Justin on the phone now, we'll be able to at least do a nice voice comparison, too.
We certainly know high technology in there. You're going to run that through
No, Justin,
database?
it's just a lot of people don't sound like, a human mosquito like you, so it should be pretty easy.
Rob, any day now. You don't know where it is. You don't know where it is. Just replay it back past where I said the guy is qualified for $1,000. Just cue it up to there.
He couldn't even do this the other day when you were talking to your friend.
Are you going to yell at Rob now? You have no place to yell at Rob.
You stop that, Justin. You're on trial here, and the accused does not have the right to throw accusations at other people. Do you understand that, Justin?
Hold on, you creep. Hold on a second.
You're in our courtroom.
Okay, here we go. Hands over your mouth.
A lozenge always works, too, because you have to keep the mouth closed.
This is a replay.
Some people don't. What was that?
Pardon me? Hold on, back it up. That was it right there, Rob. Very nicely done. You suck. So I know your hands over your mouth.
A lozenge always works, too, because you have to keep the mouth closed really well. Some people don't. What was that?
That was Justin. Rewind it, because he says the show sucks. Listen. Let me hear you talk. Go, so I know your hands over your mouth.
A lozenge always works, too, because you have to keep the mouth closed really well. Some people don't. What was that?
Pardon me?
The show sucks, dude. Words from Justin.
Justin.
His voice.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Justin, that was you.
I couldn't hear. I'm listening right to the phone, and that didn't sound like me. That sounded like the same guy you took the call from.
Well, Justin, that's very easy. Is there anyone that would sound like that
in
your office?
Yeah, there's a couple guys here. I mean, because I
listen, Justin. Okay, you listen
I don't
to the
take
show.
my headphones off from 1 to 4.
You listen to the show. I appreciate the fact you listen to the show. You know, I might be inclined to give you a prize if you would just meet us halfway and just tell us you said it and just apologize.
What kind of prize are we looking at here?
You know, Justin, that's where you are going to have to count on our goodwill.
You have to take a leap of faith.
But I'll tell you something, Justin. We have a variety of quality prizes.
Considering how mad you are, I don't think I'll be getting a prize. So,
well, yeah, I guarantee you'll get a prize.
See, everybody's listening on tape delay.
Yeah. So listen, do we get our apology or not? We know it was you little creep.
And you listen every day. If you do, if that's the truth,
it is.
Then you should apologize, and you'll get a prize out of it.
Okay, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara, I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely apologize for saying that. I had no intention of, being mean to you guys. You put on a fantastic radio show, and I in no way meant what I said earlier.
That was a phenomenal apology.
That was good.
I'm even going to applaud that apology.
Thank you, Justin.
Honestly, it was sincere. You put on a good show, and I enjoy it.
Thank you, Justin.
That was a wonderful apology, and he's earned his prize.
And that was where I get stiffed, right?
No. I'm going to send you one of my boogers.
Oh.
In a baggie.
A booger in a baggie.
Excellent.
A little bit of my DNA.
I'll tell you, when Don gives those away...
Can I get a bowel movement in the baggie?
And all I ask is that you don't pull an OJ, you don't go out and kill somebody and smear my booger on the body so that my DNA shows up.
And, a lot of people, when we give boogers away on the air, those phones light up, Justin.
I can tell this line's about to cut out there. Getting rid of it.
They're collector's items. And you know what? I'm going to wait until a day when I'm real flummy, and maybe I'll be able to get you a bloody booger.
That sounds great.
And we'll call it Justin's Day.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Justin, thank you for the apology.
No problem.
You're a good man, Justin. Now go back to your headphones.
Do I put the winner back on?
Yes, and then we'll need to get your information, too, because, Justin, I am a man of my word. That's right. I swear to God, I will send you one of my boogers in the mail.
A booger in a baggie.
That would be fabulous.
Now put the guy with the bad breath on, please.
Okay, no problem. Have a good day, fellas.
Thank you, Justin. Eventually there's always justice in the Don and Mike courtroom.
It was fine, Justice, and I will tell you, quite often those under duress apologies are not good. I believe Justin may have given us the best one ever.
I think so. Hello?
Have we got Slacker back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, what have you learned today? You're not going to breathe through your mouth, right? Right. Good man. All right, beautiful. Tell me something. That boss of yours, is she hot?
Oh, yeah.
Who's the celebrity she most resembles?
I don't know. Who do you guys think? Hold on.
Can't you think on your own just once?
Really? I can't think.
Of course you can.
Would you like to have sex with her?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for calling Educate.
Have you ever thought about having sex with her?
No.
Hold on, please, mouth breather. Hold on. Thank you for listening.
This is the Don and Mike Show. A wop, bop-a-loopa, a wop, bam, boom. Even better than a nice dab in the ass. The Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Mike, it's Angela. I just wanted to say hello to you again. It was a pleasure meeting you Saturday.
Angela from my brother-in-law's party. Hey, baby.
How you doing, boy?
Oh, this is my buddy from my brother-in-law's party. I always tell people that I ever socialize with, I said, don't call the show, but you can call the show because I like you, Angela.
Angela sounds like a man, baby.
She's a lovely lady.
I'm not a man.
She's a hot soul sister, baby. Well, we had a great time at that party, Angela.
Yes, we did, and I didn't get a chance to say Happy Father's Day to you the next day.
Well, you were the only one. Thank you. Thank you very much, and I had a great time at Lou's party.
Sure.
Thanks, Angela.
You have a good one.
Okay,
listen,
bye-bye.
Speaking of, why don't you go first? Because I know that we always do the weekend recap, and I do have a bunch of weekend stuff to tell you about, including what turned out to be a very nice Father's Day weekend.
Good. Yep.
That was given to me by my family, but I turned the floor over instead to Mike.
Okay. All right. That Angela called from. She was at a party that my brother-in-law had for a bunch of teachers that he worked with, and and she's a security guard that worked in the school. I think they did the night school program at one of the high schools and it's a very tough deal, tough job. job, and they were celebrating a good season. There were lots of teachers there. I didn't know anybody, Angela included, and we had a fantastic time because I just hit it off with all these people. And Angela, we were all cutting rugs and dancing and everything. It was a fantastic party. That was the middle of the weekend, Don. That was Saturday night. Saturday evening, when my wife and I arrived, no one was there yet. None of the teachers had arrived for this party yet, and we were at my brother-in-law's house. And as we sat down, I believe the subject of Father's Day came up. And as soon as the subject came up, I heard my wife go, and I looked at her and said, what? Oh, you didn't even know. You didn't even know. This was on Saturday night? Saturday evening, right before the party was going to start. I said, you didn't know, did you? And she gave me that look that says, yes, I did. I said, no, you really didn't know. And we were going to stay over at my brother-in-law's house with the kids, because we brought the kids with us, and we stayed over there on Saturday night. And it became evident to me on Sunday that she really didn't know. And that was my Father's Day. And later on in the day, you know what, I didn't throw in one last detail. Okay, first of all, there's nothing for Father's Day. It was really nothing. Ouch. No, nothing. No, not a card.
Did you get a card?
I got a card later in the day after my wife took the kids out to the grocery store. Later in the day. Wow. Like 5, 6 o'clock, something like that.
5, 6 yesterday afternoon.
Yes, evening. Nighttime.
Jesus.
We'd been out. We'd had a late night. Angela was at that party. It was a great party. So it was a Sunday was just a day to crap out. We didn't do much of anything. I laid around all day. My wife laid around all day. The kids watched TV all day. We played in the pool for a little while with the kids, and I mowed the lawn, and it was just a non-day. But that was it. That was Father's Day. There wasn't a card. There wasn't a gift. There wasn't any. It was a non. As I said. Now, look, I firmly believe that I am in the vast majority of American males in this country when Father's Day is just not a day that is acknowledged. I think you're special, and I think you should feel special.
I do, but I still think you're in the minority, because I think even though Father's Day is greatly underappreciated.
This depression, incidentally,
I think most fathers, even when they're slighted,
right,
at least get the obligatory card.
This depression, incidentally, is continuing. It is for whatever reason. I'm probably making too much of it, but it's snowballed. And as my wife knew it was Father's Day because the subject came up the night before with her sister, she was very nice to me. She rubbed my feet, which I like. She scratched my back, that kind of stuff. Let me do whatever. Got me a drink at one point, which I thought was wonderful.
Okay.
And so I didn't mention that this morning when I was leaving, after we'd had a discussion about money.
Translated means a fight.
I looked over, and there was my oldest daughter, Catherine, had given me a little card and actually had written her name in it, which is she just turned 5. It's a big deal for her, and I love that card that they got yesterday afternoon, late in the day at the grocery store, of course, for the afterthought known as Dad. Nothing against my kids. It was a wonderful, to get a card.
No, listen,
she was excited about getting. I noticed today. You're gonna love this. Right before I came to work, I look over and there's another card that I guess had been purchased for Elizabeth to give me. And it was sitting there, and it hadn't even been signed. It was sitting there, and it had just been purchased. So not only was Father's Day forgotten, not only was the card, but then there was another card that had been purchased. And this is from yesterday. It wasn't. It just nobody bothered to fill it out, I guess. But it was a specific Father's Day card, so that was my Father's Day. I'm sorry.
Oh, brother.
As I became apparent, it became more apparent that the Father's Day in the O'Mara household is one seriously. My mom called. My mother, who is not obligated to call me on Father's Day, called to wish me Happy Father's Day.
That's nice.
So that was.
Did you mention this to your wife?
I mentioned it the night before. I mentioned.
When Sunday rolled around.
No, I haven't. I didn't. I mentioned during the day, I would say a couple of times, I would say, hey, it's Father's Day, great, and I'd be kind of like that, and then, but it was obvious. I know in my house, when something like that, nothing's going to happen anyway. It's not like there's going to be any, fire drill that's going to cause, Father's Day to be changed or anything.
And as we discussed last week, never is there really the big pomp and circumstance for Father's Day that you have for Mother's Day or even for Grandparents' Day or obviously for a birthday or for an anniversary, but I would think at the very least, if your wife goes out and shops, she would have to run into the advertisements that say, Father's Day, Sunday.
When, for Christmas, my wife bought me a basketball backboard that she was going to set up, and I was hoping that for Father's Day she might have finished putting that together and put it up. But that didn't happen either. So I was, I was kind of looking at it in the backyard as I was mowing the lawn, and I saw it sitting there because she picked it up last week, and or the week before, and I was hoping that might get put together.
Hold on.
Pardon me?
There's layers here.
Yeah.
This was a gift that she got you when?
Christmas.
And she just picked it up.
A couple of weeks ago, I think. Yeah, a week ago. It hasn't been.
When Mike tells the story, you got it. It's almost like one of those 3 or 4 level cakes.
Peel it back.
It's almost like a trip to the center of the journey of the journey to the center of the earth, where there's the many different levels you got to hear this story.
Yeah, I'm excited. We figured out a place to put it, and we found that out last week. And I was hoping maybe that would happen, but that didn't happen either. So it was a very. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little depressed at the end of the day. Sure. But I can't get too depressed and overreact too much because I've got the birthday coming up. This week.
Well, this would not be your wife calling on the hotline.
I don't know. Let's see.
Your wife has never called the show before. Hello?
You have an AT&T collect call. Caller, at the tone, please say your name.
Jimmy.
Will you accept charges?
Doesn't sound like my wife.
Yeah.
Say yes or no now.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Thank you for using AT&T.
Good for me to get off this subject. Before I get into trouble.
It's bad.
Before I get into trouble.
I want to hear more.
That's it. That's it pretty much in a nutshell. Jimmy.
Hey,
dude.
What's going on?
Jimmy, you, of course, you're divorced from your ex-wife.
Yeah.
Did you receive a Father's Day card yesterday?
No.
From your daughter?
Well, I didn't see Rachel yesterday.
Did you get one in the mail?
No. I'll get one next weekend when I pick her up.
You're not alone, Mike. You're not alone.
I did get technically before midnight of last night, I received a card. So I can't,
I know.
But it was, the depression really hit me on Saturday night. We were all sitting around, and I looked over and I realized there was someone in the room that had no idea that Father's Day was Sunday.
That's bad. Sorry.
I'm very depressed.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was it. But I can't overreact because, I got the big day coming up this week.
Well, you better start writing her notes to remind her that your birthday's coming up this week.
I'm not right now. The way it is. I mean, I sat there today. I was eating a hamburger patty with some cheese on it, just sitting there on a plate, and I'm watching television, and I just was bumming, and I just want to stop bumming out about this because it really will get to me if I think about it too much. But it's big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, no.
Just like my birthday. Last year was the big 4-0. That was an important birthday to me. This year's birthday means dick to me. It does. It's not like the big one last year.
But Father's Day is a day that no matter how it is slighted by the women folk, should not be ignored.
I know. I feel the same way.
And damn it, I'll say it. The fault is not with your beautiful children who have just learned how to write their names.
No, not at all.
The fault is not with your beautiful children, for whom every day is Father's Day.
I think my daughter might have said to me, I think she might have said, what about, how come there's not a Kids Day? Which I thought was funny. Yeah. And that's when I informed her that every day is
Kids Day. Okay. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey.
Hey, dude.
What's going on?
Everybody, of course, my real-life brother, Jim, the Earth Dog.
Hey, Jim.
Are you driving the truck today?
Yeah, I'm up here in Baltimore.
Hey, you're close to home.
He's dangerously close. What is
through D.C. tonight?
Pardon me?
I'll be coming through Washington tonight.
Will you just be passing through?
Yeah.
Aw. Damn.
All the way down, I got to go up here to Aberdeen and then down past Richmond.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
Damn. I know he wants to be invited.
I could make a detour by your house.
There you go. Made him say it.
I know he wants to be invited. All right. Would it be an overnight stay?
No.
All right. Come on by. I mean, what the hell?
Why don't you come by the station?
Either way. No, I'd rather have him come by the house. No, come on by.
No, it won't be. I got to unload at 11:30 tonight. I wouldn't be in Washington until about 1 or 2 in the morning.
1 or 2 a.m. Well, for goodness sakes, I guarantee I'll be fast asleep then.
Leave the door open for me.
Yeah, right. I'll do that. No, really. What's your schedule? Can you? Seriously, all kidding aside, you know that you are. Now listen, hold on. I kept a straight face during your discussion.
I know you
about
did.
Father's Day. Okay?
I know. That's right. Absolutely.
So keep a straight face now with me and my brother.
I will.
And I do mean this. from my ticker. You are welcome anytime. So how about it?
How about what?
I am offering you the invitation to shack up.
Can't stop this time.
Can't stop this time.
What's that in the background? Is that music inside your truck?
No, it's a stupid TV I'm hearing the truck stop.
Oh. Are you showering?
No, I won't do that till later on.
You sound down now, Jimmy.
Are you all right, Jimmy?
I just woke up. I was listening to G. Gordon for a little bit, and he put me to sleep.
Oh, dear. That'll do it to you. All right, so listen, you're in the immediate area.
Yeah.
But really, there is no way that you could just run by.
No.
Even for a brief visit, which is the kind of visit that I love the best.
No.
The brief visit.
No.
What are you hauling today, Jim?
Frozen meat.
Oh. Maybe he could swing by, huh?
I got chicken nuggets and chicken and cheese nuggets and stuff like that.
Oh.
What is the latest? I'm sorry, you just lost Mike there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking maybe you had like some good USDA Prime or something like that.
What is the latest in your soap opera of a life with Mom and Dad?
Oh, geez, they had me back in court last Monday.
Last Monday again back in court.
Yeah.
And why was that?
I didn't go. I don't know what it was about either. I didn't call my attorney yet.
You know, my mom and dad have got this deal where my brother, as you know, has the restraining order against my mom and dad that they can't come within 100 feet of him. My mom and dad went back to court to fight that under the grounds that they wanted to see their granddaughter, my brother's daughter, even though they really don't want to see her. They really just want to have this restriction order expunged from the record.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's all they really care about is appearances.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, that's it.
I'm pretty much telling it the way that it is.
I never really cared about seeing Rachel before.
Right. And
they screwed her on her birthday last year. They didn't see her till she was 3 years old. You know.
And when I was counseling my brother about this, was it last week we talked about this? You know, it's like my mom and dad want to get in a pissing match with him. And I said, at some point, you just have to back off a little bit. You have to say, you know what? You won the battle. You proved to them that you can stand on your own 2 feet. You got the restraining order against them. If they want to come back into court and make asses out of themselves, you know, let them do it.
Yeah.
And if they want to...
Such a fine line. You know, sometimes if you lay down and you just walk the other way and just say, forget it, you take the high ground, then it just empowers people to keep being jerks. But sometimes it's a good idea. It's very difficult to decide when you're gonna confront and when you're not going to confront.
But with my mom and dad, I mean, and this is the lesson that I hope my brother learns from me, when they finally realized that they had nothing else that they could hold over my head, when they finally realized, I think it was Frida. What did Frida tell you that she told them, Jimmy?
Oh, that she just was... pitied them.
Yeah, said...
she was very sorry for them.
Said she was sorry for them.
It really just pissed Francis off.
And once my mom and dad realized that they'd run against this brick wall, that there was really nothing that they could say or do to hurt me. I mean, keep in mind that they sent back all of my baby stuff in a box and sent me letters
saying, I'm waiting for.
You know, send me letters saying you're not really our son, you know, you were adopted, nobody wanted you. Once we went through all of that, and she called one time, and Frida just said to her, you know what, Fran, we just pity you. You know, we feel bad for you. All of a sudden, it dried up. They stopped bugging me. They stopped trying to get in a pissing match with me, which is what you have to do. You just have to let it go.
Oh, I was letting it go after I got the restraining order until they came back into town last month and drug my ass back in court.
I know, but you just...
You know, and it's like you just said, you know, it really pissed Francis off that they went back to court twice, and I guess last Monday the restraining order's still in place.
Yeah.
Otherwise I would have heard from my attorney.
Right, so like I told
you... just eating them alive, man.
Like I told you, take some solace out of that.
Yep. I do. I'm enjoying that.
All right.
I don't care.
No, you do care.
If they want to see Rachel, fine. It's like we talked about. They'll see her in August when they come up, and it'll slowly dwindle away.
So the thing my mom and dad are trying to do is they're trying to invoke, maybe you've read about this, the grandparents rule.
Right. Yeah.
This thing that's gotten a lot of pub recently.
Right.
No, they don't even want to do that. The attorney told them last month that's what they should do. And Sam stood up in court. Oh, no, we want the whole restraining order done away with. And the judge asked him, well, if you don't care to see your son, why don't you just go take the ex-wife back through court, divorce court, and give visitation on grandparents' law?
Yeah.
They don't want to do that. They want to go get the whole restraining order done away with.
Because that's, you know, and in that way, I told my brother, that's what you don't realize. That's where you got Sam and Fran by the short hairs.
Right.
That all they really care about is appearances and what other people think. And now it's killing them that you've got a restraining order against them and that people know about it.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, you won.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I told you what the police report said when they tried to serve Frances.
What? No, what?
Oh, well, she didn't answer the door. The cop could see him inside the house. So the cop pulled down the street and waited. He saw Frances get in the car and leave. He tried pulling Frances over. She refused to stop.
Wow. And
then once he pulled her over, she refused to give him the driver's license and a whole bit till he threatened to put her ass in jail.
My mother. Hey, everybody, it's my mother.
Wow.
I will tell you that I did not send Sam a Father's Day card yesterday. No, I did not. And I'm assuming that you didn't either, right?
Oh, no.
Right, okay.
No.
All right, well, listen, we were right in the middle of hearing a gut-wrenching story from Mike about Father's Day.
Yeah.
So I've got to get back to that now.
It's the forgotten day in my house, Jimmy.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't get anything yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't either. Not even from Jamie.
Well, see, I mean, I would venture to say, I know that you think that it might be like an observed holiday. I don't believe I am in any distinct minority.
But technically,
I think I might have forgotten my dad's Father's Day, like even when I was into my teens and stuff like that.
Jamie, the girl you're living with, though, you don't have any kids with her, right?
No, but, she didn't even yet. I was on the road. I left yesterday morning about 10. We had breakfast and all that, and she never even once said Happy Father's Day. For Mother's Day, I got her a card, I got her a present, the whole 9 yards.
Sure.
All right.
She didn't say boo. I called Rachel yesterday morning.
You know what? You don't want to. Here's the deal. Here's what I think. I don't think you want to realize just how beautifully you were treated.
You know what? I think
and
you're
you
right.
were treated above and beyond the Call of Duty.
I was just going to say that. That normally I come in on Monday and I bitch about how awful my weekends were.
Right. That's
But
right.
in actuality today, I'm going to bore you with how fantastic my Father's Day was yesterday. Really, they went out of the way to make yesterday a great day for me. Really?
That's great.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. All right, I love you. All
right.
Call me.
Okay.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, thank goodness that hall has to keep going all the way through D.C. tonight. Thank goodness.
And they came at a good time because I don't want to go overboard about this. Just because I got bummed out on Father's Day, I had an overall pretty decent weekend. Which were really the middle of this weekend was the party for the teachers the other night, which was really a good time. I had a great time. I had a wonderful time.
Is the Don and Mike Show.
Beverly golfers like to keep dirt and debris off their golf balls.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly when you're putting. They call me 3-putt buck. That's why we have cleaning devices around the golf courses. You know, those things you just push up and down. Well, one golfer didn't use a wet towel or any cleaning device. He licked his balls clean.
They love the smell of their own fun. Don and Mike.
Here's the hotline again. Hello?
Shooty Bear.
Yes, darling.
We have a question here at the house. My sister and I.
Yes.
Hi, Mike. I'm sorry about Father's Day.
That's okay, Frida. No problem.
Did your wife remember her own dad?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Did your wife
have to find that out.
Did your wife remember her dad?
That was our question.
I don't know.
I mean, if she remembered her own dad, then that would be bad.
Then that would be bad.
That would be just a slam on you in particular. If she forgot her own dad, whom I know she loves to death, I mean, her dad's a sweetie.
Right.
Well, then it would just be forgetfulness.
I don't know. Ken might not have even been in town, so I'm not sure. I'd have to find that out.
Well, you have to research that.
I will. I will. That'll be the first question I ask.
You should call her. I know you don't like calling your wife on the air, but you should call her during the break and just ask her if she sent your dad a Father's Day card.
No, there's no need to do that. no real need to do that today.
A little hostility left over, maybe.
No, me? No.
Yeah,
no,
a little bit.
Not at all.
A little bit.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't a common, just an oversight, although my sister said, there's so many advertisements. But, I'm sure she just didn't bump into any.
It's impossible to miss, I suppose. And listen, who would have thought that I'd be coming in? I'm the happy one.
Oh, you're so spoiled.
I am.
I was telling Don that I think that I am definitely the majority of people, of fathers in this country, and that Don is the exception, that he was treated so handsomely with the gift.
Well, I know
the
that
gift
even
is the
when
key.
I've been plenty of years, I've been, mad at my husband, but I've never forgot my dad.
Well, yeah, I don't think you've ever forgotten Father's Day, even when you've been mad at me.
I was trying to make it not sound so bad.
I'm not going to sit here, but I'll tell you right now, nobody loved their father more than I love my father. But Father's Day in my house too, I think it got forgotten in my house.
I would give you a pass, just like I give your kids a pass. That it's really something. It's a wife's duty.
Just like Mother's Day is not the kids' job as much as but it is the kids when they get to be adults.
When they're adults, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but like if you were a teenager and you forgot that it was, Father's Day,
I did.
It was your mom's job,
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
To let you know.
Right.
Cool. Say, hey.
Well, that's
Father's Day.
I'll have to research that, too.
That's true.
I'll have to research that.
If you married a teenager, I'd agree with you.
All right, honey. Love you.
All right. We know you. We know you're a great dad, though. That's common knowledge.
Love you.
Happy Father's Day to both of you, dads.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Goodbye, sweet pea.
How's your drunk sister doing?
It wasn't she that was tipsy. It was me.
I know. I was kidding.
All right.
Last night we ended the Father's Day by bye-bye.
Here we go.
By having I had a martini. My sister-in-law, Robin, had a martini.
Right.
My wife had a martini and then another martini.
Ooh.
And then, I believe, started her third martini.
Whoa!
And it was at that point that my wife was just sitting at the kitchen table, just belching. just burping right out loud.
That's great.
Right out loud.
I love that.
If there was ever an endorsement for not over drinking,
sure,
it was like looking in a mirror at what they must see when I have too much to drink. Because I was sitting there last night with her and I just said, you're bombed. No, I'm not bombed.
Not a bit.
No, she was.
Not a bit.
So was her sister.
It's a festive weekend, though. I mean, overall, the party I went to Saturday night was great, and then I went to a going-away party for a friend on Friday night, too. So, I mean, it was, outside of the depression, it's pretty good.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hello, Don and Mike. How are you doing today?
Hi, we're doing great, thank you.
Excuse me, pardon me if I'm wrong here, Mike, but I'm thinking back, way back. Ooh, I think it was Mother's Day.
Hold on a second. Yes, Robbie.
On that outside line is Laura O'Mara, and if Mike would like to take the call on the air, she'll go on the air.
Okay,
depending on how you want to do it.
I'll take it on the air if she wants to go on the air.
She said if you want her to go on the air, she'll go on the air.
No, you tell her if she wants to go on the air, she can come on the air.
She said not particularly.
Oh, she doesn't want to go on the air.
But she will go on the air.
Rob, hold on.
All right, Mike's going to pick up the phone. This will be a first.
Mike, I can't even manage my own marriage. I can't manage yours.
Hello? You're off the air. Do you want to go on the air?
Hello?
Why? Would you want to come on the air? Okay, all right. We'll come on the air and say that then.
Oh, excellent.
Wow.
Excellent. Wait, hold on there, okay?
Sure thing.
Hold on. We have a first.
All right, here we go. This is the first.
Here we go.
This is my wife on the air for the first time. Yes.
Hello, Laura.
Sorry under these circumstances.
I have a cold, so I sound really horrible.
Okay.
Hi.
All right, you were saying that you can't believe I'm trashing you.
You are an ungrateful you-know-what.
What now? Because I got every inch of my body rubbed?
Yes, and we got you a Father's Day card, and Catherine wrote her name on it, and Elizabeth wrote, I love you, Dad. Oh, of course, I helped her, but...
No, Elizabeth didn't write on it.
Yes, remember she brought it up to you at night?
Well, what about the other card that I saw sitting on the kitchen counter this
That was from my father, who I forgot also.
Ah, okay, so that answers that question. You forgot.
And I'm sick. Don't you feel bad for me? For me.
Now, I have a question, because I want to get it answered once and for all. Because really, when we went over to Em and Lou's on Saturday night,
yeah,
I don't remember how the subject of Father's Day came off.
Yeah.
I don't know who brought it. I might have brought it up. But when you reacted, right?
Emily brought it up.
That's what I thought. Emily brought it up.
And now Emily is Laura's sister, right?
Her twin sister.
Right.
And when Emily brought it up, the only question I would have, when your reaction, you legitimately at that moment didn't realize that.
Because Emily said to you,
yes,
has Laura said anything about tomorrow? That could mean a million different things.
But did you have any idea that Sunday was Father's Day? You did.
There's the
kind of
answer.
on and off.
Okay.
Did you have a card, though, for Mike on Sunday morning?
Not on Sunday morning. How technical do we want to get here? It was purchased on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, technically, if you counted midnight last night.
Oh, not fair. 8 o'clock.
Well, I'm saying, it was about 8 o'clock.
But it was heartfelt.
I got it at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
That is low.
Well, maybe if he were a nicer father.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
We got to have her on the show more often.
No, a little less golf equals a little better Father's Day gift.
Oh, no.
Oh, God damn, am I loving this.
Oh, boy.
Frida
What?
didn't even stick up for me. Although I appreciate that she called and asked about my dad because I forgot, so now I feel much better.
So the Father's Day card that I saw is that you're going to send
That's
that to
for
your
my
father.
daddy.
It's for your daddy.
He's a
Okay.
great father.
All right. Well, now.
Doesn't play golf.
All right. Okay. Thank you, honey.
Love you.
I want to say something. Pandora's box has now been opened.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next time you come in
And trash you on the air?
Yeah, I give you foot rubs, head rubs, arm rubs.
Did I not say that, though?
I even rubbed your rear end.
Did I? Oh, my. It was not. You were giving me a back rub, and I was lying down, and it happened to touch my rear, and it was not a rear end rub.
By the way, the girls at Louis' school say hi.
Okay, well, say hi to them, right back at them. And, I am a good... Please, just don't leave this conversation making me more depressed by telling all of my...
fabulous golfer. Oh, and let me
Fabulous,
just say...
did you say golfer?
You said you're a
fabulous golfer.
Let me just say to you
Wait a minute, you said a fabulous golfer.
Let me also say...
You're trashing me.
Mike, you are a fabulous golfer.
I am a fabulous... We won our match on
Ask him what he
Saturday.
shot on Saturday.
I shot 81 on Saturday, and my partner shot 78. But, I mean, really...
Wait a minute, Mike.
What?
1 minute.
What?
Okay, let's also just see here that Saturday, what happened Saturday morning?
I played golf.
Yeah, but what happened before you played golf?
Before I played golf.
I had to bring some furniture upstairs, and I asked you to help me, and...
Oh, that's right. And I whined and complained about it, yes.
And you said, now I'm going to have such a bad round of golf.
Yeah, because I was...
So I said, fine, I'll get some other man to help me.
You know what?
You're giving one man... I'll tell you one thing.
This is a glimpse behind what everybody pictures is, Nirvana, because Mike comes in every week and just gives his side of what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's not going to be happening ever again.
You're welcome.
No, I think what Don was referring to, honey, is that I'm normally very complimentary.
Yeah. Okay, and here's just like the icing on the cake.
Yes.
I love you, Don.
Okay. Oh, I love you also.
Thank you.
Love you also.
Are you going to leave me like with that comment about me being a bad father?
No, I love you. You're a wonderful father.
I love you too.
And next time, just be a little bit more appreciative of what you get.
Oh, it's now okay.
Way to turn it around.
Now, so appreciative of what I get. What did I get from you?
So you're the type of guy that if you want something, you buy it before you ever even mention that you want it.
Yes, but once again, what did I get from you on Father's Day?
So you got a nice card, and you got lots
No, I got a card from Catherine that you got at the grocery store yesterday afternoon.
Yes, but it's still the thought. And
I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of that.
I also gave you lots of massages.
You gave me tender... I will tell you, and I
let
said
you
that.
sleep all day.
I told you that you gave me tender, loving care all day long, all day, and I said you did that.
I let you nurse your hangover.
Right?
I let you alone, which you said on the air was the best Father's Day
you brought
ever.
that up to me, too. That's right. The men want to be left alone. Stand by that statement. But it just would have been nice to have a little opener, in the morning. A little card, maybe, from you first thing in the morning on Sunday. It would have been nice.
Laura, do you have the hotline number?
No.
Don's going to make sure you get it now.
Anytime, listen, absolutely. See, Mike has always told me that you didn't want to go on the air.
I never thought she did. And she right up until a minute ago, she said, I'll only go on if you want me to go on. But she said, I can't believe you're trashing me. I said, well, do you want to go on? And she said, yes.
Yes, well, anytime you would like your side of the story to be heard.
I will tell you this.
Friendly ear here.
I will tell you this, Laura, I will tell you with all, the fact that we are on opposite sides of this issue, I would say for your debut performance on the air, I've got to give you kudos. Yes. I think you've done
She knocked you out, Mike.
She did. She made me more depressed, but in a way, I'm proud of her because she did a good job on the air.
Why, thank you. And I sound horrible.
What?
I sound horrible today because I'm sick.
You do sound like you got a little frog in your throat there.
Yeah.
All right.
Placed there by you.
Why was the place there by me?
Because I'm sad.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll agree to disagree on this one. And
okay, Gordon.
I love you. I love you. I love you very much. And I'm very proud of you for your appearance on the show. I was too angry at you to be nervous for you, which I normally would be. And normally I'd be like jumping in, wouldn't I, and finishing your sentences and
You're
stuff.
a good golfer, Mike. Well, you're starting to do that now a little bit.
I'm a good golfer.
Right now you're starting to do that.
Starting to come around. Well, see, I love her, and I can't help it, and I'm getting defensive, but I'm,
Don't be defensive.
But that's great, and you did say that I was a good father, which is all I want. All I really care about during this discussion.
And I guess a little something monetarily would have helped, right?
A little gift would have been nice.
Okay.
A little something. Don, would you get a nice box of cigars?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I know Frida loves you.
A sleeve of golf balls. Token little thing would have been.
I know my balls.
I know
like
my
giving
family.
an alcoholic a drink.
Mm-hmm. Like giving an alcoholic a drink. You mean, I know I play a lot of golf. I understand that. All right.
All right, I just had to correct you.
Okay, well, I love you.
And I love you too, yes.
Okay, you take care.
Okay.
And your birthday's going to be wonderful now.
Right, yeah. Yes, hi, Charlie. Charlie Boyle, you've gotten everybody all excited here. Everybody's coming into the studio now.
Hi, Laura.
I'll tell you, this has worked for you guys for how many years? How long have you been married doing it this way?
19 years this year.
Maybe this is the way we do it. Maybe this is the way we do it. Oh, it's completely out in the open in a public forum.
Oh, crap.
Exactly.
All right, goodbye. Thank you for calling.
Oh, anytime, Don.
Hold on. Robbie, give her the hotline, please.
That's my wife, everyone.
That's the big secret number.
It's Mrs. Mike O'Mara.
As you like her to be referred to as.
Always. No need to go with first names. That's Mrs. Michael S. O'Mara.
Robbie, really, give her the...
Charlie's going to give it to her.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, Mike, Charlie's going to give it to her.
I always thought, I swear to God, she's always told me I don't want to go on the air, and I always thought she'd be very uptight and have be at a loss for words.
No,
and,
of course not.
All it has to be is she's got to be going against me. If she's going against me, then that's fine. Then there's all the nervousness goes out the window. And when it's doing battle with her husband, she demonstrates the skills that she shows at home.
You're a good golfer.
I'm a good golfer. She said that. That was like a Freudian slip. She was trying to say I'm a good father, and she went, "You're a good golfer."
Oh, that was a beautiful moment.
I enjoyed it.
That was great.
I enjoyed it. Very proud of her.
Let's dive through the rest of these calls. Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Bless you, Godfather. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, thank you.
What did that mean?
Wasn't it on Mother's Day that the great golf father disappeared and went golfing, and then...
No, I think that was on her birthday.
Was that when you called her a big C, or quit acting like a C?
That was like... No, you called her a bitch, and that was Mother's Day, 3 years ago, I think.
3 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Long time fan. Well, didn't he give her like a Pop-Tart with a heart on it for Mother's Day or something like that?
I hate guys like you that have these great memories. And don't you think I've been vanquished sufficiently? I mean, yes, I did give her a Pop-Tart. But
now you know what it feels like to be me, to have the wife calling in, screaming about what a schmuck you are.
The thing is, though, I brought her that Pop-Tart in bed, and I acknowledged, I think I wrote like a little poem, too, and I acknowledged the day. That's the key. It doesn't matter. Even if I'd gotten a little cardboard cutout thing, if I'd gotten it first thing in the morning, it would have been a different story. Not as was demonstrated there 8 o'clock at night.
Which, incidentally, was worse than your original estimate of 5 p.m.
Right. And then the card that I thought was the Elizabeth's card for me was actually for her own father.
Yes. So there you go. That question was answered also.
Yes. But I still, it's weird. I guess that's what love is, because as much as I am still depressed about Father's Day, I thought I enjoyed, as I'm sure you do. You do. It's written all over your face. Sometimes you actually enjoy getting dissed by your wife on the air.
Well,
sometimes.
Because I get to say what I really want to say to her. That's the main reason I've always put her on the air.
That was good. I don't want it to be like a goddamn habit or anything like that.
Well, no, I think as you two grow into it, that eventually, she'll be able to say more what she really thinks, and you'll be able to say more what you really think.
Sure.
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm all for this.
It was interesting. I'm
all for this.
I'm feeling too good about it. So it begins. Yeah. Yes, so it begins.
Right.
The age-old policy. The policy of 15 years. Ended today.
Message or not, whatever you want. Except for you, Bart. You must leave a message, so I don't worry. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Well,
I'd just like to say...
I was going to get some feedback from the Master Cunny, but she obviously is not available now.
Let me simply say that I believe this was an exception to the rule today.
Well,
okay.
You'll make sure of that, won't you?
Oh, God. No.
Little hearing aid tonight when you get home.
Oh, God.
Little hearing aid with a 5-iron.
Yeah, right.
Take care of that.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Time out.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Holly, this is Jake from Body by Jake and Major League Lacrosse. I just want to leave a message for you and the fellas. Thanks a million for everything. I'm sure you read. If you didn't read, we had a sellout this past Saturday night in Baltimore, and it had a hell of a lot to do with you guys. And I just want to thank you. And I had a great time, and now everyone in that whole area knows about my sex life. But hey, you know what? It's a trade-out. I got to sell out for it. Tell the boys thanks a million, and I really appreciate the support. See ya.
They go together like rubber balls and liquor. Don and Mike.
We got some crying buzzisms today at lunch.
You know, Buzz is usually quiet at our lunches and dinners. Usually, really, it's hard to get any kind of word out of him. And I think I'm beginning to know why, because when he opens his mouth, for the love of God, he'll say something that we all just latch on to.
Now, listen, you know, Buzz has no children.
Right.
I've got 2. Mike's got 2. Rob's got 1 on the way. Ornery old crabby Buzz. Listen to what he says today.
This is proof that Buzz is turning into a curmudgeon.
We are in a crowded restaurant. I'll give you that. The restaurant is crowded. The Carnegie Deli. And a lady comes in with a kid in a stroller. Buzz makes the comment, "Oh, I hate strollers." He says, "You see them everywhere.
Right.
They're getting bigger and bigger.
They are. Sure.
And you know what really gets me is the people who bring them on airplanes."
Yeah, and that's when I heard that, and I'm rolling my eyes going, oh, my God, those criminals.
Now, as soon as he started his riff about strollers,
Don and I just looked at each other.
I looked at Mike, and at the same time, I kicked Frida under the table.
I know.
You know, to have Frida the fact, listen, here we go, Mr. I don't have any kids are going to start busting on people with strollers.
Here he goes. Yes, nobody to worry about. I mean, what's the problem?
So that we give him crap, and here's his comeback, okay? I don't bring my furniture on the airplane. Why do you bring yours?
Well, they have gotten bigger in recent years, and, you know, people in general have lost all manners entirely, and that includes people with babies, people with strollers, people with babies, by the way, and
Before you continue, have you ever traveled with 2 small children?
Have you ever traveled with one small
child, yes.
Thankfully, no, and I know
Okay, all right.
Let me tell you, on behalf of parents everywhere, there is no greater hassle, because, you know, when you travel with a little bitty, you don't just travel with you know, your magazine that you're going to read and in your headphones. You have to bring
don't inflict that misery on me.
What if you have to travel with children?
Your bag with every shirt neatly folded and all of your socks alphabetically ordered.
I'd lay odds
from blue to brown to yellow to green.
I would lay odds you and I probably wouldn't do as good a job of enumerating what has to be brought with, say, a 2-year-old on an airplane.
I'm sure, I know.
But there are, you're talking about cleaning supplies, diapers, you need food, you need toys.
You got to bring the throw rag for your shoulder, and you got to put the kid up on your shoulder, and you got to birth the kid.
And I have sat in back and in front of people like you, and I can always hear it with the breathing.
The sigh?
That's the price. You know, I am so sorry that I am furthering the species.
Listen, Buzz, just because you can't have children, don't take it out on the rest of us who have fertile jizz.
No, I think statistics bear me out that just about everybody has the recipe for this, for making babies. All I ask is get the F out of the way. I mean,
listen to him.
People are
listen to him.
It's inconsiderate.
Single people are trying to go places. Buzz, were you ever in a stroller when you were a child?
I don't recall. I'm sure I was.
There are 2 types on airplanes. There are 2 types of people that don't have children with them. There are your type of people, the people that will sterile, the sterile ones, will hem and haw, will be, and I would lay odds that probably wouldn't move their seat if a mother and daughter wanted to sit next to each other, or there had to be some
you know what? No, I've got a witness. No, I've seen Buzz do that.
Okay,
I've seen him do that.
But you hem and haw. I've gotten the sires before, and then there are the people that just help out the parents. And even if I'm traveling without kids, I will always help out parents that are traveling with kids, hauling all that stuff, because they don't. Let me tell you something, and I swear to God this is true. There is no choice. They don't have a choice.
You know what else? Here's the other thing he said. He hates it in the grocery store. Did you hear what he said? That's someone when they bring those strollers into the grocery stores.
Department stores, especially if you're trying to get from one side of the store to the other, and the entire aisle is blocked with some parent who has stopped to bend over a stroller that is blocking the entire aisle.
Bending over a stroller to help the child.
Yeah, and if you need to do that, step out of the way.
Jesus Christ. You are a pisser. You are an old man.
I would say the same thing if somebody didn't have a stroller, but
Damn.
strollers think the world revolves around that stroller.
to him.
The world does, and let me tell you something, and it still does for me, because I'm fresh on this right now, and Don's doing it, and his kid's 15 years old.
Because I remember.
When you bring those little bodies into the world, unfortunately, the day of your life centering around you ends, and your life centers around somebody else.
You and I do not have to validate this to Buzz.
I know we don't.
Our lives revolve around our children. Buzz's life revolves around his home entertainment system. Yeah, he just doesn't have the perspective. I mean,
no. And it's impossible. And people that don't, and you know what? And probably when I didn't have kids, I didn't have the perspective either. And I was probably one of those hemmers and hawers.
And it came out of the blue today. I mean, this lady with the stroller in the restaurant, she wasn't bothering us. We were already sitting down having our food.
It was funny, and it annoyed me. I don't know why it annoyed. I think it annoyed me because I got two small kids, and I've been in that situation, and it's not by choice, Buzz.
I don't bring my furniture on the airplane.
Your furniture. Like it's furniture, like the child, like a 1-year-old, that might not be walking yet, has a choice. Geez, that's okay. Leave the stroller at home, Dad. I can walk.
You made the baby. You care for it, but don't do it on my walk.
No. You know what I say?
What?
F you. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have a funny comeback. What I say is, having babies is a natural thing.
And you have to travel. In many cases, you have to travel with the children. There are many times that I don't travel with my kids, but there are many times that I do.
Right.
Call me crazy. I want to say, if I want to go to a nice place like maybe Florida in the wintertime.
Go down another aisle.
I simply ask people to be considerate. Sometimes there is no other way to get around.
Please.
They usually often do it.
I would tell you, Buzz, on an airplane, I swear to God, there is no way to be considerate.
Why did you get mad at the lady today in the restaurant?
Well, no, I didn't get mad at the lady. I did have to move my chair several times.
Horrors.
But I didn't get mad. I simply said to Rob, when you have a baby, don't get one of those huge strollers.
They're not huge. They're just
Jesus, Buzz.
They're strollers.
Yeah, Rob, just get yourself a nice sack. A nice flower sack.
Get a papoose, Rob.
For the baby in the sack.
This actually started at breakfast because some bumped him at breakfast, and that's what started the whole thing.
Is that really what started it today?
Buzz is the one that wrote the letter to the Rainforest Cafe that says, leave all your strollers out in the hallway. Don't bring your strollers so we can, cram an extra 70 tables in there to inconvenience people. But leave your strollers out where they can be stolen. Thank you very much.
Buzz.
It's crazy. It really does irritate you, doesn't it?
Yeah, rude people irritate me.
How is somebody stopping in the middle of an aisle to attend to their child? How is that person being rude?
If you need to stop for whatever reason, whether it's to attend to a child, tie your shoe, whatever, step aside.
Yeah, but what you really mean is
you have to
be more convenient to put your kids in a cat box. That's what you'd like.
Yeah.
Like you put your cats when you're traveling with
in a kennel.
In a kennel. Put the kids in a kennel. I didn't know you were an old curmudgeon-y guy.
No, I'm not.
You are. You're turning into one.
No.
You're turning into one.
No.
Listen to him, please.
No, not at all.
Why don't you just get a nice cardboard box?
I don't like inconsiderate people.
You're getting curmudgeon-y. You're getting curmudgeon-y, and you're not sparing people's feelings anymore.
I'm not sparing people's feelings.
No,
I'm not the one who's blocking other people.
Oh, no. See, what you would do is you would walk in.
What about my feelings?
Your feelings? You got the whole flight to pick your nose and do whatever you want.
Why don't you just shop at the single mall? Why don't you just fly on single flights? Why don't you fly on sterile airlines?
You know, really, what the best thing to do is to be the odds are. I know a lot of parents probably that have the disposable are going to pop for. I don't care for parents that buy a first class ticket for their kids, but mostly small children, you're not going to see them up in first class. So pop for the extra money for the first class.
You know what, Buzz?
What?
And I think Frida mentioned this to you, and I don't know if you heard it with all the arguing back and forth today. I know we kid you about your age.
Right.
It ain't going to be too long, really, until you're going to be in a wheelchair. And then when you are in a wheelchair...
At 46, that is the next step.
No, but come on. Eventually you're going to be in a wheelchair. And then how are you going to feel?
Right.
How are you going to feel when you're the one who's being pushed around? Yeah. When somebody stops to tie your shoe, when somebody stops to dab the goo that's coming uncontrollably out of the corner of your mouth.
Those children you see in the strollers today will feed the tax base to pay for your Medicare someday.
I would hope that I would be as considerate then as I am now and ask my attendant to push me out of the way of other people.
Push me out of the way.
Exactly.
I don't want to inconvenience anybody.
Hey, God forbid if you have one of those double strollers that are side by side and you're standing outside the Rockport store.
Oh, no.
Jesus, that's the way you'll get killed in that situation.
Whatever you do,
doing? Please move me out of the way.
Thank you.
So that I don't inconvenience any young, upwardly mobile people who have to get home to open their CDs very quickly.
I'll show you how to do that someday. if you
Oh,
want to see
my
it.
God. I know you will, Buzz. Oh, you're a pisser, Buzz.
Do you travel with your cats ever?
No, you're absolutely not.
No, of course not, because they're animals.
Right, exactly.
You know, he doesn't realize how valuable human life is. He really doesn't.
Like many foreign cultures, I just don't value human life. That's right.
Well,
children are an inconvenience for you. I think you've made it very clear.
No, they're not.
You've made it
Strollers.
extremely clear that children get in your way.
You can't have a child without having a stroller.
I understand that. They don't have to be huge. And
on an airplane, and specifically on a plane, Buzz,
I understand.
There's just no way to get it done.
It's difficult. It does hold up the entire process, but I understand it's a necessary thing.
No, I've seen plenty of single inconsiderate Fs that get on an airplane with their extra carry-on luggage that hold up the plane.
Absolutely.
And I have seen a lot of parents that have the system down, that get on a plane when they load those planes first and actually think of the other people on them. I've seen lots of parents that bust their ass to make sure everybody else is convenient on the airplane.
Some do, and those I appreciate, but many, maybe most, don't.
Appreciate.
Thank you. You know, he just has no perspective.
No,
that's the problem. You know what it is with Buzz? Child equals speed bump.
Yes,
Child
absolutely.
equals slow down, relatively young, successful, urban professional. You know, from getting in his mid-size foreign car to go to his trendy store to buy his trendy clothes and his trendy food, to get home to watch his big screen television.
Absolutely, we're an inconvenience. We who have children are an inconvenience.
No, children are not my problem. Inconsiderate people, parents, are my problem.
Jesus, Buzz, you're too much. I swear to God, you're too much.
And God forbid, stay out of your way in the grocery store.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello there.
Coming through.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Buzz about them damn cripples with their wheelchairs. And I know you guys already asked him about it. But
I have empathy for those people, and I wouldn't, I don't have any problem with that.
Buzz, what is the difference between, and not talking about
I'll tell you
what's the difference between some crippled kid in a wheelchair and a baby in a stroller?
A person who is handicapped is not being inconsiderate. They are not.
But the babies are not.
Well, it's possible.
I think there are a lot. I have friends that are handicapped that could be very inconsiderate.
If they happen to be in my path, that's not their fault. That's not,
But it's not the baby's fault either.
Well, no, it's the fault of the parents who aren't considerate enough.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Sometimes it's hard to be considerate of other people when you really are tending to the needs of a small child. That is really the priority. No, you don't. And sometimes you don't. If your child is, puking up on its bib, it's difficult to be considerate of a single person who could easily back up, go around, and come around the other side. Not always.
And you know what? I might be the wrong guy to say this, but maybe, because I do think about myself a lot, maybe you should stop thinking about yourself so much.
Maybe.
Really? Yeah. Hey, Christopher Reeve, out of my way.
No, I don't feel that way about people who are handicapped.
James Brady, get the hell out of my way.
Here's a logical question.
All right.
Isn't it easier for you to accommodate the person with a baby stroller than it is for the person in the baby stroller to accommodate you? I'm talking about specifically movement. Moving around, adjusting. No. Why not?
He's not flexible on this.
No, the situations I'm talking about are where somebody blocks an entryway or an exit or a path that is the only entryway, exit, or path.
So worst case scenario.
I have that complaint whether they have a stroller or not.
Worst case scenario.
Right.
You have to wait an extra 30 seconds. I understand you get pissed off if it's just some big fat guy.
Sometimes that's
but
okay.
But if it's a mother with a baby, you still get pissed?
No, I don't get pissed. I think it's unfortunate. I think it's rude sometimes.
Two words that I know you don't use a lot, and I know you don't do this because you'd rather have people just kind of assume that you're there, as opposed to just saying, "Excuse me, could you please move out of the way?"
I say that,
but not all the time. That you'd prefer them just to know, wouldn't you? You'd prefer them to know that, hey, Buzz is here.
A lot of times,
clear the deck.
Because I'm not an impatient person by nature. I say nothing and I wait.
Oh, yeah, I know you do. Right. And that's why you're exploding now. How you exploded today at lunch when that poor lady walked by with her kid in the stroller.
I'm exploding in self-defense, but because of people who are inconsiderate, whether they have a stroller or not. Strollers are just particularly huge.
You know, seriously, this whole problem can be rectified. There are two words, seriously. We're talking about politeness here. There are two words that have been forgotten in the English language when you're on planes, when you're in stores, whatever. And that's excuse me. Yeah. And excuse me, I got news for you. I do it all the time. It works. Yeah. It works. People clear out of your way if you say excuse me.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I say excuse me.
Excuse me, cripple.
Hey, I'm not going to move out of your way. I got a baby in the stroller. Screw you. I'm going to block the entrance for the whole afternoon. You go ahead. You buy your shoes later.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And again, happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at the NFL today. Now, the IBM Power Poll. This picked by my guys here as always. Craig, Randy, Jerry, Eric, Man, Bob Bettina, our radio buddies, Don and Mike, everybody in on this one.
If only we could fly.
Staunchly opposed to Tan Cake Pity, the Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello. Hello. You're on the air.
Hey, Don and Mike, how are you doing?
Hey, buddy. Hello.
Is this like Bizarro Buzz that we're listening to?
No, you know what this is?
What happened to nice?
No, you know
Finally, old Buzz.
You are getting a slice of the real Buzz.
Yeah, the real Buzz who enjoys his creature comforts.
A month ago, my little 3-year-old got on the air with you two and said, "Hi, Don and Mike," and then on her own, she said, "Hi, Buzz."
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to let her do that anymore.
Yeah, well,
God forbid she should get in your way.
It's a good move, sir.
That's right. Thank you. Now, listen, I'll tell you this, that I know there are people out there mad at Buzz, but Buzz has his defenders out.
Sure, of course he does.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, Buzz. I just want you to know we're very proud of you. At least you can voice your opinion. We don't have the balls to do it.
Right, it's somebody else who can't get it up. Here's another guy who can't
more than you can, Don.
Hey, do you have any kids?
I don't.
Okay,
there you go.
That was my exact point. All the people who will call to defend this point are people who don't have kids.
Because it's the parents that don't control what he's telling you.
No, wait a minute.
You can't relate to what it's like to be a parent when you're not a parent.
There is a huge difference, too, between just having the stuff that you need to bring on an airplane and controlling your kids. First of all, I think a lot of people will agree that at a certain age it's difficult to control kids on an airplane anyway, but there are those parents that don't control their kids, and I don't like those parents either that do that once you're seated. But as far as getting all this stuff on the plane, I mean, there's no choice. You don't have a choice. You got to bring, like, an army duffel bag full of stuff.
But here's another guy like Buzz.
Not just talking about the plane.
This is a guy who doesn't get it because, like Buzz, he can't have kids.
All right, these are people. These are the young people that are going to be taking care of you when you're blowing spit bubbles, sir.
Hello there, Don and Mike Show.
I'm on Buzz, sir.
Pardon me?
He said he was on my side.
With his bad phone.
Oh, I'm sorry about the bad phone, but when it comes to a plane, she's got to bring all that.
I hate bad phones.
The mall.
Yeah.
And you're at the...
right now, here's another guy with no kids. Here's another guy who's taking it from the Buzz stand.
Wait. Can I...
Whether or not we have kids has nothing to do with it. That does not give anyone else the right to be inconsiderate.
The difference is you don't know what it's like to have a kid.
That's irrelevant.
You don't know.
It is relevant.
No,
it's total relevant.
You're not going to find one parent today who's taken care of a kid, who has done all the crap with a kid, who's going to call and side with you. Everybody who sides with you are going to be people like you, people who look at people like us and say,
when you're dealing with a small child on an airplane, let me tell you something. Of all it is a hassle.
I know.
It is the greatest hassle, in my opinion. It's the toughest thing that I've done with my little kids. It is the toughest thing to do, travel by air. The one thing that makes it tougher for me is when I'm surrounded by some a-hole that's sitting across the aisle, rolling his eyes, hemming and hawing, sighing because it's inconveniencing his little private space. Well, I'm sorry. It's called public transportation. Deal with it. Because you have to.
Everybody's getting very mad now.
Absolutely.
I don't get quite so mad. I still got a whole show to do today. Hello, Don.
Sorry, I've had some cold medication.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I wanted to talk to Buzz, say I agreed with him, had some stuff to say.
Of course you do. You don't have kids, right?
No.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. He's here. He's ready to believe you.
Hello?
Turn down your radio, please.
Buzz?
Yes.
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to say I agree with Buzz, and I hate it when I'm walking in public and there's like 4 guys on a sidewalk don't want to move out of the way, or little kids run into you when you're like in the mall, and I'm sure I did that when I was little.
What are you saying? Try to speak without using the word like.
Sure. Okay, I don't enjoy it when little kids run into me in the mall, and I might have done that when I was little, but I mean, I'm sure I got crap for it, but
All right, there you go, Buzz. It's another one of your people so eloquently defending your position.
Thank you, sir.
Another one of your people.
No, I think there's a feeling in this country that people who have children are automatically superior to people who don't have children.
Can I tell you something?
Yes?
They are.
Well, I don't think
They
so.
are, and I think that there is a feeling among people in this country who don't have children, that they have a built-in inferiority complex about them.
No.
That's probably where your anger's coming from.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think
Sure.
so.
Do
you really believe that? Do I? Yeah, I do.
There's a feeling that what was your incredibly off the wall point?
No,
you
I
just made?
think part of the culture in this country is that if you have kids, you somehow have more rights and superiority to people who don't have children.
I think that's valid.
Buzz, I very rarely would do this, but I would quote the Bible.
Okay.
Go forth,
and
be
multiply.
fruitful,
and multiply.
Well,
words of God.
Yeah, and not all the words of God are to be taken literally.
Well, okay, Buzz.
Are you talking about math? I mean, how else are you going to interpret multiply?
Listen, I'm sorry. Yeah. Today it's the world according to Buzz, everybody. Hello, Don and Mike show. God damn, I hope there's no people with babies on our plane back tonight, Buzz.
Oh, boy.
I hope not.
Woe to them.
I hope not.
When I was talking about that, when I was getting really hot, I was taking myself back to this one guy that was sitting across the aisle. And, a lot of times when kids are flying, the pressure will get to their ears when you're taking off or descending. And this is when Catherine was absolutely tiny, and she was inconsolable. She was in a lot of pain. And this guy across the aisle, as I was trying desperately to try to calm her down, this guy's going... with his paper. He's going, this is exactly what he's going.
That would not be me.
I swear to God, I wanted to reach over there and rip his throat out.
No, I have empathy for children who are in pain in that situation.
Sure, yeah.
That would not be me.
You just don't have empathy for...
parents who aren't considerate, and people in general who aren't considerate.
Okay, hello, Don and Mike show.
Don and Mike.
Hi.
Hi. You need to take that tape that says Buzz is nice and destroy it, because that is not nice. Buzz, what about common courtesy?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for.
I'm asking
common
for
courtesy.
Can't you be courteous and just help out a little bit? Do you have to be on your way so much? Destroy the tape.
No, if I knew how to help out, if I felt qualified, or if I felt the parent wouldn't think I would
know how to help out.
Take 30 seconds. Help
you
them
knew
out.
how to help out.
I don't know how to fold
By
a
helping them, you're helping yourself.
I don't know how to fold a stroller, and I don't know if the parents want me handling their kid's stroller.
Then ask, for crying out loud.
Buzz, you don't help out by folding the stroller up. What do you do with the baby then?
Or you use these words, may I help you?
Exactly, courtesy. Mm-hmm. And if you be courteous, then it'll help you on your way.
Excuse me, may I please fold the stroller up so I can get by?
A lot of times,
destroy the tape.
A lot of times, if you're in back of those parents, you would say, "May I help you?" Or "Is there something I can do? Can I give you a hand with that?"
Right.
As opposed to just sitting there, and which I've seen you when we travel. You would sit there and just go.
It depends on the situation. Depends on the situation. No, I'm asking other people to be nice.
I got you. Hold on. Hello there, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Yeah, I'd like to weigh in on this.
Sure.
I agree with Buzz and Don and Mike. I have kids, and I'm your age. And I don't think that Buzz necessarily is thinking mean as much as you guys both often point out, how many people in this world are just a-holes. And a lot of parents that have kids...
Hold on. How would you feel if you were the person today, when your kid was little, if you were the person today who came to the restaurant with the kid in the stroller, and you heard Buzz say something like, I really wish they wouldn't do that?
If a guy said something directly to me when I had my kids in a restaurant and I was doing the best I could to contain my kids and take them out, I'd probably tell them to F off.
Yeah, but I didn't do that, and I wouldn't do that.
And I'm not saying I would, but my point
That's
is...
not very courteous, sir. That's not the kind of language you should use in front of your children.
Well, whatever. And I'm just more being comical, I guess, or whatever. But I'm just trying to say, Buzz is right. There's a lot of inconsiderate people. And if you're somewhere in like a store and somebody wants to do something with their kid, why can't they just kind of pull off to the side? If your car broke down, you're not going to stop in the middle of the highway.
How old are your kids now? How old are your kids now?
I have 17, 12, and 23.
Okay, see, you forgot. You know why?
No. I have a new granddaughter too. So
it's in the rear view mirror. And I'm sure that when you take your granddaughter,
what's Bart now, 15?
Bart is 15.
That's right, and Don happens to remember the way it was when they were small.
I just think it really is about trying to, it's a big world with a lot of people, just trying to be considerate.
So you mean if you're out with your granddaughter, and your granddaughter was in a stroller, and she started crying, and you stopped to look at your granddaughter to see what was wrong with her, and Buzz came up, you would stop looking at your granddaughter, and you would move out of the way so as to be considerate for Buzz?
Well, if Buzz came up, I'd probably push her out of the way and say, Buzz, what's happening?
No, come on. You don't know who it is. Listen,
all I'm saying is that if I knelt down and she had a problem, believe it or not, and I'm not just saying this, I'd kind of push her out of the way so that people could do their thing. I'm not just saying that.
You've forgotten what it is to have small children.
Yes, I have not forgotten.
Yeah, have you forgotten? You're an old man.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hey, Don.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I'm with Buzz.
Of course, you don't have kids.
No, I have 3 kids.
How old are your kids?
I've been right now. They're 19, 15, 11. But
there you go. You're out of it.
Okay.
You've
forgotten.
But let me tell you one thing. That's why they give you more time to get on the plane first.
Hold on. We're not even talking about the airplane. We're talking what started this today was a lady who walked into the restaurant with a baby with a stroller when Buzz went off.
Yeah, but Buzz's point is that people are inconsiderate when they're on the plane.
No. What about the lady in the restaurant? That's what started him off today.
But I didn't go off, and I didn't say anything to her, and there were about 3 strollers that I had to move out of the way for, and I simply said quietly...
Okay, right there. That's it. There were 3 strollers that I had to move out of the way for. Now listen, you on the phone. Chair in 2 inches so a lady with a stroller can get by.
I get a hard time defending that part of it.
Well, because I wasn't pissed off would be the reason number one. I wasn't.
You were gently annoyed.
Yeah, I mentioned it. After she was long past, I quietly mentioned it to my friend Rob.
Didn't you say stupid effer when she walked by?
No, I don't believe that I did.
He said stupid pig effer.
No, I didn't say that either. Because I'm nice.
No, he didn't. He said that
I think Buzz is nice anyway.
I heard him say that child should have been aborted. that child, that fetus that should have been aborted was slowing you down from enjoying your... What kind of sandwich did you have today?
Oh, well, that was corned beef.
He went back to his corned beef sandwich and didn't even see the woman racing out of the restaurant with the stroller, crying, sobbing uncontrollably.
Hello there, Don and Mike.
It worked.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? I'm afraid I have to agree with Buzz big time. And I've got kids. I've got 4, from 18 down to 8.
What are you? Just out of curiosity, what are you agreeing with?
I'm agreeing with the fact that people are very inconsiderate with the strollers, whether it be strollers or whether it be carts at the grocery store or standing on the carts, the grocery carts.
Right.
They sit out in the middle of the aisle while they're talking to their friends and don't get out of the way.
How old are your kids?
And my kids, 18. 13, 15, and 8.
Hold on, but we're not talking about people who leave their carts in the middle of an aisle so that they can talk to their friends.
Yeah.
No. You're talking specifically about baby strollers.
I think this whole thing... wait a minute. This whole thing started with the issue of strollers.
That's right.
Yeah.
The other problem
you think strollers have gotten bigger?
Yes.
And you think they're kind of a pain?
They're huge.
Yes, I do.
That's I think the point that we're arguing.
And that's the only point we're arguing. All the other stuff, I might even agree with this guy.
Sure.
People who just stop their cart in the middle of a store to talk to somebody.
I think people with kids and without kids can be very inconsiderate. We can all agree about that.
But that's not. But what we're specifically talking about is strollers. And why Buzz finds baby strollers annoying.
He gets the hair on the back of his neck stands up.
What Buzz said about the strollers and the fact that they're too big, it's true. They're not strollers anymore. Now they're little Humvees.
Yeah.
They've got everything on them.
You're full of crap.
They don't have air conditioning and CD players on them.
What do you mean? There's the out of touch. Yeah, mine's 8. So the last time he was dealing with the stroller was probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Hello.
And you should see them now. Back in my day, we had them made out of balsa wood, but now you should see these things. They're aluminum with gas pipes, and boy, it's incredible.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I have actually, my daughter's 13 now, and I disagree with Buzz. Not only you have the baby, you have a diaper bag, women have the purse. You got to have something to put it all.
Sure. Right.
I'm not going to move anything out of the way, but I think, on the other hand, as I get older, I get more irritated with it since I'm out of that phase now.
You know what? If I don't catch myself, I find myself forgetting how difficult it is to travel with kids when I travel without kids. Because you forget what an incredible pain in the ass. If we're talking about traveling with kids, it's really extremely difficult. And you know something? Sure. For a mother going to the grocery store with a small child, and you have to bring the supplies along for that too, it's a pain in the ass. And they have a lot to deal with, a lot more to deal with than the person that's going by to pick up a fillet of salmon.
Sure, and if Buzz had told me, and I would have turned around and told him what he could have,
But see, I wouldn't have told you that, and I haven't told anyone that.
No,
and
you did.
I wouldn't.
You told us.
Well, quietly later, where the parent could not hear. I wouldn't think of offending the parent. Because I understand. I see what they have to carry. The only point...
No. You don't have the balls to say it to the person one-on-one. You got the balls to say it, and you feel the empathy. I don't feel the empathy when they're there.
I don't think it has anything to do with balls. I wouldn't offend a mother or a parent, a father, anybody, because I understand the situation they're in. I think, in summation for me, what I would say is when the lady with the baby got on that last flight home, I was the first person without kids. I have no kids, bear in mind, and I was the first person out of my seat so that they could
get your props for that one.
So they could sit together.
And I saw that.
And that's how that's how I try to live my life.
I also saw the other side today, though.
The dark side.
I saw the dark side of Buzz when the lady innocently pushed her stroller through a crowded restaurant.
I would say on that count, you fall into I know you might hate to hear this. You're a little intolerant in that regard. But that statement was just a little intolerant.
I can't argue with that, because that's possible.
I think you're probably very polite, but I also would tell you, would this be a fair assessment that occasionally you would sit there and kind of be quietly annoyed rather than speak up and say, excuse me, could you move out of the way? You would do that more often than not, and that's the truth, because when we travel with you, we know that's true.
It depends on how pressing my need is to get through. If the need is not pressing, I'll say nothing.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
He's undoubtedly the greatest player in the game. We're going to miss him. And I can tell all my 10 children from 9 different women that I played against the great Michael Jordan.
Two DJs who love BJ. Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yes, I used to play for Coach Bob Knight. I'd like to get on the air and talk about it.
You what?
I used to play for Coach Bob Knight.
Do you have any idea that how soon we were aware of the fact that you were lying?
Why is that?
It was maybe 2 seconds after we picked up the telephone.
Might have been a nanosecond, an actual real nanosecond.
Are we on the air right now?
Yeah.
Yes, and we know you are lying.
How do you know that?
We just do.
We do.
I know the general.
We have the gift.
You're a liar. You did not go. First off, you have not gone to college. Second, you certainly did not go to Indiana on a basketball scholarship.
Actually, I went to Penn State University.
You went to Penn State University?
Yes.
And that's where you played for Bob Knight.
Actually,
who's been coaching Indiana for 1 million years.
I played rugby at Penn State.
You played rugby at Penn State.
And Bobby Knight is a basketball coach. So again,
I was lying. You guys called me.
Of course you were.
Always
of course you were lying.
I wanted to get on the air and tell you guys how funny you were and how you're brightening up my day.
Well,
thank you.
An interesting way of going about this.
Certainly no need to lie about that, though. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, this is Sam Huff.
Hey, Sammy.
How's everybody doing today?
How you doing, Sam, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Did you guys know that Bobby Knight is a personal friend of mine?
Had no idea, Sam.
Is he really, Sam?
Oh, him and I are good buds. We all go play golf and we go fishing together all the time. And did you know that I defecate just like Bobby Knight?
Really?
Yes, I do. And I do. When I get mad, I tell you what, when I get really pissed off, Sam Huff, the greatest linebacker in the NFL, makes the biggest poops in the NFL, too.
But I guess when you're on those fishing trips and you run out of toilet paper, what's the situation there?
Well, then everybody comes up in the short end of the stick.
Right, thank you, Sam. Here is Joe Shea, the cereal guy.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hello, Joe.
That conversation was done from memory, but it's pretty much exactly how it happened.
I don't
really
doubt
wasn't
that.
very helpful.
Don't doubt that for a second.
No, we know how absolutely uncommunicative he is.
Makes it awkward, doesn't it, Joe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I asked him. He called me up and he said, well, you can come on next week. I was like, well, what time, when are you going to be in New York next week? I don't know if you guys are. No, I don't know. So he was just, he's just, I guess, just name a time, I guess.
He gets a great deal of pleasure out of the awkward responses people give him when they meet his lack of civility.
Right. Yes. Yes, I would agree. He derives a tremendous amount of pleasure.
Loves it.
From giving one-word answers.
He loves it, and then, so I'll be on next Wednesday? Yep. And then, of course, the normal thing, you'd pause and wait for the person to say, here's what we need you to do. Not Charlie.
No.
Charlie will not give information.
He didn't even tell you where the studio is, right?
Well, he didn't. I mean, he knows that I live in the area, but he didn't exactly. He didn't say, "Do you know how to get here? Do you know where it is?"
That's stuff that a normal producer would do.
I mean,
Charlie, for example, I'll give you a perfect example of this. I mean, he's sitting there and he's got, say, airline tickets in his coat pocket, right? And I said, I'll see them poking through, and I'll say, are those our tickets for our trip? Uh-huh. Yeah, right. He won't say, do you want them? He will make me say, can I have them, please? Drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. And now Rob's got one, too.
Hello,
sure.
Robbie. Let's recall our nickname for Charlie on our last road trip. I forget where we were, but I remember calling him the Minister of Information. You will find out what you need to know only when you need to know it.
On a need-to-know basis.
Right. Yes. He is very, very stingy with his words. What, did you want to come defend yourself? Really, you want to use some words to defend yourself here?
No, not at all. That's exactly right. If the tickets in the pocket are there, if you want them, ask for them.
Yeah, of course.
Right, that's all you have to do.
Yeah, no need.
Why should you volunteer that information?
Absolutely. You don't want to know.
No, that's fine. I understand that. Raised by wolves. No problem at all.
Effort.
That's fine. Yeah, I know it's extra. God forbid you make that little connection between brain and mouth.
No, the brain and mouth is fine.
I know it's fine.
And you know what?
Use the mouth.
I'll tell you something else about him. You should have an instant message with him on the computer because he's the same way.
One syllable.
Yes, on the computer. When he instant messages me,
you go on forever.
Oh, excuse me for being polite.
That's right, polite. That's the thing.
I'm long-winded. Long-winded. Christ, I write you 3 sentences and I get back a 3-word response. Yes.
Right.
That's
and you know
one
why?
word.
Now, let me give you another thing about Charlie Broyhill. This is why Charlie Broyhill loves the headset. You know why? So he can be talking and you think he's talking to someone next to him, but he's on the phone, and so you can walk in and go, stand next to him, and then he can go, hold on.
Only with you.
Hold on. Only with me. Right there. I got your only with me right
No,
there.
he does that all the time.
He does that to everybody.
Because he's got the thing, he plugs into his ear with his phone, and he's got like a microphone. What do? You clip that onto your collar or something?
Yeah. He's hoping that the technology that is exploding in this country will someday, telecommunications-wise, result in his ability to communicate simply by blinking.
I'm hoping for a chip in my brain.
He loves nothing better than walking down the road, walking down the street. For instance, with me, we're going somewhere, we're walking somewhere, and all of a sudden he'll say, yeah, okay, well, I don't know. And I will look at him and I will go,
what do you want?
What? And then he'll shoot me a look like, and he'll sigh, I'm the idiot, and because I don't realize that he's talking on his space-age telephone.
Yeah, he'll press one of those little micro buttons and say, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, right. Right.
You.
However, when he calls to talk to my wife, you know, my wife says he just goes on and on. She has wonderful conversations with him.
Of course.
He's a wonderful linguist. He's a cunning linguist. Yeah, he is.
A cunning linguist. All right.
You're excused, Charlie.
Thank you.
Bye,
Joe.
Bye. I was really paranoid all weekend, and I did go as far as to try to reverse look up the phone number to make sure that it really was a number at JFK.
Well, you should have known it was him as soon as it sounded like you were talking to a caveman. I known it was Charlie Broyhill. Thank you, Joe. Hello, Matthew.
Yes, hello.
Matthew, hi. You're on the air.
Hi, good. How are you?
We're great, thanks.
I just want to tell you guys that I had one of my nuts removed a week ago Monday.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh,
why?
yeah.
Why? It certainly wasn't out of choice.
Absolutely not. I have testicular cancer.
Little testicular cancer? Did they catch it early?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. They got rid of the bad razor. What?
It's quite a disgusting process. I thought they would just like a vasectomy go into my little sac there and remove the nut, but they have to do is cut through the stomach and go in and pull it out that way.
Yeah, they go in with like an ice cream scoop. Here's Matthew's doctor right now, incidentally, Dr. Martha Stewart.
So toast them in a 350-degree oven until you can just sort of smell the nuts. And then remove them from the oven and place them on a clean cloth. And notice when I rub the nuts...
She is discussing testicle surgery right now.
Absolutely.
Removing a man's testicle via surgery. Here we go. Back to Martha Stewart.
With the cloth, the skin kind of just fall off. You want to get the nuts as clean as possible. Every speck doesn't have to come off.
Not very sanitary.
If you rub hard enough, most of the skin will pop right off the nut. It's a simple way to do a lot of nuts in a short period of time.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Stewart.
She can remove like 5-6 testicles in 10 minutes.
Probably did this guy's surgery.
Boom, boom, boom. Well, did they give you the testicle afterwards?
No, I was not fortunate enough to receive that.
Yeah, it probably went right off to the lab.
Yeah.
And then right into a box of Raisin Bran.
Yeah, the bad part about it is I can't scratch my nuts anymore. I can only scratch my nut.
Yeah. That's something to get used to.
Okay. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
He's got a story to tell.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay, he'll be all right.
It's the Don and Mike Show.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole.
Dogs love cheese, and people love the Don and Mike Show.
The Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike.
He's having a ball.
He could still laugh at one of Buzz's slap nut jokes.
Yeah.
Just not one of Buzz's slap nuts jokes.
It only takes one. He is slap nut funny.
He can still get his nut off.
Right?
Because they don't say get your nuts off.
That's
they just
right.
say get your nut off.
But whatever you do, never call him nuts.
Hello, Ken.
Don, Mike, Buzz.
Hi.
I'd like to thank you all, first off, for making me laugh 5 times a week. But, Don, you especially, because last week you were talking about how you got under your car and changed the oil, and it was a little bit therapeutic, and my car needed all that crap, too, like getting screwed by the man, so you talked me into it pretty much. And I got to tell you, goddamn, I felt like such a man afterwards.
Yes, I tell you, it makes you feel like a man to get under your car and do that crap.
And I swear I saved myself at least $100 because, you know, you go in, they find something, and my car's running great.
Beautiful. All right, thank you, sir. Terrific. I'm a walking inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks for getting under your car.
Hey, thank you. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey.
Hey.
I got a nut that's 3 times smaller than the other one. Does that count?
No, I mean, it doesn't count if you're talking about one guy that's had his removed. I mean, you would be almost all the way there. Is it getting smaller by the year?
Actually, it is. I don't know if it's running out or what. But
It's atrophied.
It's running out. It's running out of jizz.
It might be twisting.
It could be.
Which nut is it?
The left one.
Have you seen a doctor?
Yeah.
Do you have any pain or discomfort?
No, actually. It's just small. It's like the size of a grape.
And how big is your other one? The size of what, a bowling ball?
Cantaloupe.
Well, you remember that tape you had with a guy with elephantitis? No.
Oh, wow.
We once watched the funniest goddamn videotape of this guy with
cue ball.
This guy with elephantitis of the testicles. This guy had cue ball. You have one that's the size of a cue ball?
No, half the size of a cue ball.
Half the
Not
size.
regular size.
Like
I guess
what?
average.
Size
I
of
don't check out a lot of guys' nuts.
Size of what? Like a ping pong ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, tell the story about the elephantitis.
Hey,
You were
today,
interrupted.
Just today, the Ides of March is the 15th, 16th, and 17th. It's a bet I got with my wife, and I need to find out from Brain or anybody who knows.
I think it's today. I think the 15th is the Ides of March. Brains, do you know?
It's just one day, March 15th.
Right,
Middle
today.
day of March.
Today.
Ides means middle.
No, John, but I think you got that wrong. I think it's the Brides of March.
Oh.
It's a bridal thing, because all the bridal magazines come out.
The itchy Ides of March.
Darla Conger Day.
Hello, Craig.
Don and Mike, Radio God.
Hi there.
It's a pleasure to talk with you. I got a question.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what kind of cereal Jack Cassidy would have for breakfast. I'll hang up and listen to your answer.
Buy Krispies. Grape nuts. Hello, Greg. Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey, fine.
Hey, I got a little bit of news for you. I work security out at Arco Arena.
Oh, you calling from Sacramento?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
And got to know Jason Williams over the past year and a half pretty well, and he really digs on your show.
White chocolate?
Yeah. I know you guys are kind of closet Kings fans.
No, we're huge Sacramento King fans.
You got the biggest Kings fan in the world sitting right here.
Okay.
And you know that we found out that Toya, our phone girl, actually J.O.'s thinking about C-Web.
We talked about that.
Yes.
You guys don't know that Jason also kind of has something in common with you. He is from the same county as the ex-Redskins coach, John Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs, you mean?
Joe Gibbs?
Joe Mama!
Oh, it was.
It was a long way to go.
It sure was.
And I said, you mean Joe Gibbs. There's no hesitation, right? John Gibbs. I mean, Joe Gibbs. Joe Mama.
We gotta watch that.
Is it the same? It's the same guy. It's the original and the pro.
When it's the elaborate setup like that, when the guy gave us the call, like, who was the MVP in the Super Bowl when the Jets won?
We have to beware when anybody says he's a big fan of your show, because he says that and he hooks us. Right. He knows that he locks us in. I got news for you, pal. It's not going to work next time.
Right. We eventually catch on.
I want everyone to be on guard for the guy that calls and says, a big celebrity is a fan of the show.
Right.
It's his modus operandi.
Because we know no celebrities like us.
That's right.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, I wanted to speak about Charlie.
It's about Charlie Broyhill? Sure, go ahead, honey.
Yeah, he is the nicest guy. I was in one of your contests a year ago, and he was so polite, gave me great directions.
Of course, he wanted to bone you.
Oh, no, I'm married. He didn't want to bone me.
Still, he wanted to bone you. That's why he's nice to women and uncommunicative with men.
Oh, he was so sweet.
Of course he was.
Wrong.
No, but he was sweet to you.
Uh-huh.
Right. We're talking about everybody else.
He's like a caveman to everybody else. And then she hangs up on us. Oh, hold on. What? Welcome to the Don, Mike, and Charlie show. Yes, hold on. He's coming back. What did you want to say, Chuck?
I just wanted to thank her. That's all.
Get out of here, man.
You.
Get out of here.
Hello, last call, Scott.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, we're great, thanks.
Good to talk with you. One last testicle story for you. I am too a uniballer.
Excellent.
You got one ball, okay.
Born with it, or was it removed?
It was removed. However, there is an interesting side note. I had to go to get some testing done to make sure I was going to be able to have some kids, and the doctor would feel this testicle, and he would take these stones and try to match sizes to see if you were normal and so forth.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, my blood is turning so cold right now.
So wait, the doctor would feel your nutsack?
Yeah, man, just the one that was left, and then he would feel these rocks with his other hand to try to get them to match. And
I got rocks. What, did he went out into the driveway and got? Oh my God! I mean, are they like little prosthetics?
It's maybe so.
Yeah.
Paging Dr. Homo. Paging Dr. Homo. We need you in the air studio. Stat.
Now, what I'm going to need to do is put my hand down your shorts, and I'm just going to have to feel your nuts to see how big I think it is.
Would you like the driveway rocks, Doctor?
Yes, I want you to go out by the road and get me a wide assortment of nuts and rocks out by the road.
Smooth or rough, Doctor?
Give me both, but I'll tell you right now, this one I'm feeling in my right hand feels very smooth.
I'll get you some smooth rocks, Doctor.
Very smooth.
These stones they seem to be stone or smooth, and he told me that mine was greatly enhanced, larger than a normal testicle.
I want to tell you something. Were you impressed with that, with his larger testicle, Doctor?
It's a gigantic testicle. I mean, it is enormous. God, it's gorgeous.
And then the same doctor gave me the old,
rectal exam?
You got it.
Oh,
Christ, what did I tell you?
Paging Dr. Homo. Paging Dr. Homo. We need you in the air studios.
Now, listen, I know that you just came in to get your teeth cleaned today. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you a rectal exam and also give you a check for testicle cancer.
Now, what's really cool is I've met other people that have been to this doctor and had the same exam, and I'm like, hey, you and I have had the same finger up our butt.
Technically, if he put you on his shoulder, he could hold you like a deer rifle.
Hey, Don, can I ask you a question about Leah Remini?
Sure.
You probably think this as well, but it seems to me the first time you went out there was a legitimate crush going on, and you thought that in the back of your mind, maybe, even though you wouldn't let it, but maybe something would happen.
No. I'm a star effer, and what really happened is, I did have, a crush on her.
Right.
And what happened was, once I got to know her, I found out that she's
like everybody else,
like every other woman on the face of the planet.
She's a very sweet lady.
She's really wonderful. She's really wonderful.
I'm sure.
She's wonderful, but I mean, I got to spend lots of time with her, and I got to see her first thing in the morning, and she's just a girl.
So you got to see her post-honeymoon.
Yes, right.
Absolutely. Hey, you owe me some jelly shoes from WU whatever when you were by yourself.
So now I'm focusing all of my fantasies towards this naked picture I stare at of Jennifer Aniston every day. She's now the celebrity that I'm going to fantasize about meeting and going and staying at her house.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to move,
I would J.O. in her house.
You'd have
that
to move Brad Pitt out of the way if you did that.
Well, no problem. I had no problem with Angelo, now did I?
No, that's right.
Angelo was conveniently never there.
I bet Brad Pitt's away quite a bit, too.
Sure, he's a busy movie star.
Would you want to meet Jennifer Aniston having the experience with Leah? Because what if you got to know her as a person and then it just wasn't that cool anymore?
Hey, if you spend the rest of your life doing that, it'd be fine.
Who cares? I just love to stare at Jennifer Aniston for a while.
Yeah, I heard she's a virgin.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. I got 4 nuts. See you later.
Oh, I got 1.
All right, goodbye. I know you do. Goodbye, please.
I tell you, he can talk, though, for a guy with 1 nut.
He sure can. Time out. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
I think we ought to have a few words from the late Ed Sullivan. Well, I did want to deliver a few words. You. You bald-headed bastard. You made your last appearance on CBS TV.
Rude and Rude. Hey, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
I want to talk about Jesus beating Regis in the ratings.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's a very highly reviewed, very, very nice reviews for that Jesus miniseries.
Well, of course, who's going to give Jesus a bad review?
I think I've read bad reviews about Jesus stories. I've read bad reviews from Tom Shales about. There was one that was
Tom Shales is going to hell. Listen, you don't give Jesus. If Jesus has a TV show, you don't give it a bad review.
Tom Shales, I didn't read the whole review, but I remembered what he said. And something in like the first paragraph, he said something like, "This is the most moving story about Jesus that he's ever seen." And he's a big-time cynic like us. And when I read that, I wanted to see it, but unfortunately I fell asleep. But my wife loved it.
Tom Shales must have an awful lot of skeletons in his closet.
So you think that this is not a genuine review? That he's actually just patting the way to heaven.
Who's going to write the headline in the newspaper? Jesus sucks. Jesus blows. Jesus' TV show is the worst.
So you think because they've given it simply the title of Jesus?
Yeah, it's going to get great reviews, which is why it got such great ratings.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine a Nielsen family that's going to have the balls not to watch a show that stars Jesus Christ?
Do you think that maybe they're not even the real ratings? Do you think that there's maybe some divine intervention? That
Sure. You know, I can imagine that the numbers come in, and Jesus calls over to God, and he says, "God, listen. Jesus," or I guess he would say me.
Right.
He would say, oh, me. I got beaten in the ratings by Regis. Dad, what can you do about this? And then his dad, you know, the Almighty, he fixes it. He says, don't worry, I'll let you beat Regis.
I would imagine that for the Almighty, it would be quite a drag to get beaten by Regis Philbin. You know, I don't think it could happen.
You know what? Maybe God kept it from Jesus. You know what I mean? Maybe God got the overnights and God said, oh, Jesus Christ got beaten by Regis Philbin.
Right.
I better fix this before Jesus sees this. This could really F with Jesus' ego.
Did Jesus significantly beat Regis?
Yeah.
You know
how Regis normally gets like a 30 share?
Yeah.
He had a 14 share.
Right. That's significant
share.
Because it is sweeps, you know, as well as Regis has done through the entire run. That is very significant that Regis is getting, and it lends credence to what you said about Regis maybe not going the whole way.
Off the air, regular schedule by the end of this year, and I watched the Regis and Connie Lee Gifford show this morning. I watched the beginning of the show. And, of course, Connie Lee brought it up to him. First thing she said.
Oh, did she really?
Hey, come on. He goes, "Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day in New York." And she says, "Well, you got beaten by Jesus." And she holds up the headline of Variety magazine where it says, "Jesus beats Regis."
You know she had to have that. Was she flying? Was she absolutely flying
on
high?
top of the world?
That had to make her whole week.
And Regis starts the spin. Now, Robbie, mark my words that on May 16th, Regis started the spin control about the Millionaire Show. Because here's what he says. He said, well, you know, what am I going to do? I get beat by Jesus, and before that it's touched by an angel, and before that it's 60 Minutes. Then Kathy Lee says to him, well, now, aren't they putting the Millionaire Show on 4 nights a week for the new season instead of 3? And Regis says, yes, but I wish they would put the show on at 8 o'clock instead of at 9 o'clock. And Kathy C says, why? And Regis says, well, because if the show's on at 9, then the ratings for the show depend on what the lead-in is. Oh. So already, he's starting to backpedal already.
Sure.
You know, all it took was getting beat once in the ratings by Jesus. That's all it takes. You get beaten once by Jesus, and right away, you start to see the writing on the wall.
Well, and it's Regis, really, if it does start to fade away, it's Regis confronting his mortality.
Yes.
You know, to realize that, the next time he's going to make headlines like this will be...
Right, when he's in a bosh. And I don't want to stir up anything, but I just want to say, look, I have enough confidence in this show. Jesus could do a national radio show.
Yeah.
We would kick Jesus' ass.
That's incredible confidence.
I really think so.
That.
It might be close.
That is incredible confidence.
But I think the Don and Mike show would flat out, and I'm not talking about demos, and I'm not talking about in various age ranges. I'm talking about the 12-plus ratings. We would kick Jesus' ass. He wouldn't have a chance doing a radio show against them.
Normally I'm right there with you, and I know we're a team, and I know that I'm supposed to show confidence in you and say that I'm behind you 100%, but I'm sorry. I just can't come out and say that if Jesus had a nationally syndicated radio show, and I'm saying that because... I'll be honest. It's out of fear. It's out of fear that if I said that, if I was to go along with you, and I got up there, I think that just might be one of the things that gets me a free pass.
And we would talk about Jesus the same way we've talked about other disc jockeys.
Are you saying that we'd have to... Well, the way we talk about a lot of other disc jockeys is we have wars with them.
Right.
You mean you're telling me we'd have to have a war with Jesus?
Of course we would. We'd have to make fun of him.
God.
Oh, no, we couldn't do that.
Sure, we'd have to make... Just like we do with Jack Diamond. And Scott Shannon. We'd have to make fun about the way he looks.
We have to send Jesus like suitcases to say, hey, this is here's your luggage for when you have to leave town.
We've done that. We've sent luggage to disc jockeys. Yes, we'd send him black roses.
Oh my goodness.
We'd call him on the hotline. We do everything that we done to every other disc jockey that gets in our way.
I think that with all the stuff we've done on that show, that would just be the last straw. That would be the one thing. If we cut Jesus a slack burger just a little bit, if we relaxed a little bit and just let Jesus have his show.
No, couldn't do it, Mike.
Oh, my God.
And wouldn't it be great, especially if they put Jesus on a crappy AM station? Oh, would it be fantastic?
Yeah, but Jesus would be able to... Think of all the advantages he'd have. He'd be able to tweak the signal. All of a sudden we start getting interference in different areas.
No, you know why he wouldn't do that?
Why is that?
Because he's Jesus. Because it's fair play.
Oh, that's right.
He's the biggest straight shooter in the world.
Yeah, he'd want to win it on the level playing field.
And you know us. We'd cheat to win.
We'd cheat.
Yes, we'd kick his ass.
Well, you know something? We might win down here, but we wouldn't win up there.
That's right. Who's to say, Mike?
I don't know.
Who's to say?
I guess nobody knows that for sure.
Hope it doesn't happen.
Bring him on. That's what I say. Bring him on. Some of you stations we're killing in the ratings right now. Go ahead. Hire Jesus Christ to do your afternoon radio show.
I hear he's a tough sign. He's a real tough sign. It's very difficult. He's got a very difficult agent.
Listen, we beat them all. Who's his agent?
Stay cool. Stay cool.
There's the conflict of interest.
Not Donald Ephraim. I'm sorry. Wrong face to be Jesus' agent.
You never know.
Although, who knows? Maybe Ephraim is a Jew for Jesus.
You never know.
I do see those bumper stickers around town.
Absolutely.
We beat them all. Hell, every single show they put on against us. When we were on in the morning, we kicked Howard Stern's ass every single book. Greaseman kicked his ass every single book. They put us on in the afternoon. They bring on Ollie North. Kicked his ass.
That was a satisfying one, right?
Larry King kicked his ass. Yep. Every show they put on against us, we kill. So I say, why not? Give us a challenge. Put us on against the Almighty. Put us on against God's Son. We will do what Regis Philbin has not been able to do. And as a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, I bet we could get Jesus to call in and apologize to us, just like we did with Jack Diamond.
Wow.
I think so.
Wow. Because we just wouldn't let it go.
Because we would browbeat him.
Yeah.
If we get on a thing with a disc jockey, we don't do it that often, but the great thing about the show is if we get in a war and a battle with a disc jockey, we'll go at it for 4 hours every day. Yes. That's all the show is about, 4 hours every day.
Yes.
Until the disc jockey finally gives in.
Right.
Hey, give me that tape of Harvey. All right. Where's that tape of Jack Diamond? Just imagine how great it would be. One day, Charlie Boyle comes in and says, listen, Jesus Christ is on line 3.
Or he's in the lobby.
He wants to apologize. Yeah.
For the coffee mug.
The Don and Mike Show goes to war.
This time, no mercy on you.
Sure.
You son of a bitch.
The enemy Jack Diamond, a.k.a. Harvey Joel Fisher.
Just insert Jesus.
Joel Fisher, Pandora's box has been opened.
Everybody in the radio business hates you.
So does this war have Harvey in over his head?
I got some news for you. You're in deep water now, okay? You're swimming with the big boys now.
Don and Mike even mercifully offer the enemy a way out.
And the only way it's going to end is when you come on this show and ask us publicly to please stop talking about you.
But despite all of his tough talk, Harvey Joel pussies out. Just 24 hours later.
Despite all of his tough talk, Jesus pussies out. Oh, God.
Harvey. Good morning.
All right, well, I will accept this as your apology since you were big enough to call us.
Well, thank you, guys.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
The Allied forces of the Don and Mike Show proved victorious once again.
Right.
Keeping America safe. So remember what we've learned. Don't with Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara. And God bless America.
Bring him on. That's what I say.
There you go.
Bring him on.
We'll never know if that scenario will take place, but you're ready if it does.
If it does, we'll take him on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take him down.
But you know, it's interesting because you say you're a very religious man. Wouldn't you feel conflicted at all about that?
No, not at all. Not at all. I am very religious. I do go to church every Sunday. I know it must sound like a contradiction.
It is.
To those of you who hear me drop the GD bomb all the time on the show and wish cancer on people.
It gets curiouser and curiouser. It does. I mean, hearing the GD, I've resigned myself to that, but a full-fledged throw down the gauntlet challenge to Jesus Christ.
Bring him on! Bring him on! Let him do a radio show with no records.
Mm-hmm.
Let him do it. Bring him on. Jesus, he couldn't go 2 hours. You realize how tough it is?
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.